out of Boston. If you want to be a wise guy, you can do it anyway. If you want to be a strong man, you can do it anyway. If you want to be an Indian chief, cowboy, you can do it in the ring. You can't do it in the mall.
The most electrifying line in sports entertainment today. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
If you can survive, if I let you.
I'm figuring and thinking that nothing's gonna stop my show man Randy Savage now. I'm the man. I'm the icon. And yes, you can't bow. I am God.
The number one show on the net that leads to the best in your head like Goldberg Net. For the punks and the perverts, this is how it works with Terry Funk and Knox Baker. Check Ishman and Barbie, they got the cheap heat, so sit back and have a seat. They got questions from the fans, then you head to the band from Australia to Japan.
Shake down the road, old shit, man. Back throws up the Mississippi.
We are bigger. We are faster. And we are all night long. All you idiots, punk, perverts, and fools, be sure and tune in and listen to this show.
All right, it is time. It's heady time here, and we are live once again here at In Your Head Wrestling Radio on the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, the most honest man in all of podcasting, the mastodon, Big Jackie Jones, left my right-hand man, my audio soulmate, and the enforcer of the Headyverse.
1 inch biceps, the power goat bomb, the boss baby. See, I got the shirt. The man who tells you what to do, and the king of all the marks.
Boom, yeah! Ha! And we're here to talk about the wrestling. We've got a huge announcement, Incher. Should we get right to the announcement?
Sure.
Big surprise, big announcement.
Big one.
A lot of Southern
Biggest.
rock fans out there, they're going to know the name Jammin' Jimmy Hayes, and he actually did a cover of one of the most classic rock tracks of all time. And we're going to play it right here for everybody to hear for the first time ever.
You need to listen up to this excellent track.
All right, here we go.
But this here is my story, 'cause I am bound for glory. Those matches, they sure got gory, but they were all bound for glory. We're bound for glory, bound for glory.
I think that actually started in the middle. We're going to play it again from the beginning.
From the top.
Encore.
Yeah, move to it. I like
yeah. Here we go. This is for Jackie Jones, the more honest man in podcasting. And this is for the power of goats. And most important, you, this is for the heady verse. Oh, yeah. Oh, my story. This here is my story. Bound for glory. And here kind of hoary. Bound for glory. Shout to William Morey. Bound for glory. Oh, God. Bound for glory. Bound for glory. Oh, here we go. Misty Rory. No need to worry. We're bound for glory. Shout to William Morey, Morey, bound for glory. Funk brothers Terry and Dory, they were bound for glory. But this here is my story, 'cause I am bound for glory. Those matches, they sure got gory, but they were all bound for glory. We're bound for glory. Bound for glory.
Damn,
Hell
that
yeah.
was sweet.
Yeah, that
Hell
was a
yeah.
rocking tune.
Boom. That's how you deliver on an announcement, a surprise. Boom, here on the Headyverse. No bait and switch here, Inchman.
No bait and
Boom.
switch whatsoever.
No announcing that, tickets are going on sale this Friday for In Your Head next week.
Nope. He just got right to the point and gave the fans a nice treat.
Hell yeah. Boom.
But you can buy tickets to the HeadyCon, and maybe you can hear that live.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
We're working on getting Jammin' Johnny Hayes to HeadyCon next year. We will work that out, do a live performance. Pretty rocking. Not only is that song a rockin' Incher, but I've got to say, even people who generally hate AEW, they had to tip their hats because they put on a hell of a pay-per-view this Sunday. Even people who generally hate all things, they very, very few, and this is a huge compliment. I've seen very little people, knocking the Will Ospreay Danielson match. For me, that was honestly one of the best matches I've ever seen in all my days of being a wrestling fan.
It was pretty spectacular, and I was curious how the everybody responded to it. So,
yeah, I don't know about the usual suspects of like JC and all those people, but I know from online there's some people, they will just hate whatever happens. And I've seen people that are even like, I don't like AEW, whatever, but that was a hell of a match. I did see a couple. And to me, it was like people really trying to look for something not to like. Because I think if you watch that and you're like, that's not good. I mean, honestly, you should probably just not watch AEW because that's as good as you're going to get, I think.
Well, I think Jim would have told these two participants in this match that they would be true innovators if they got in the ring and started seeing spiders coming in from, and drop some acid before they got in the ring. And then Jim Cornette would be like, that's a true innovator right there.
Hell yeah. Then they can get in wrestling school, learn a couple things.
Yeah.
That's right, my boy Dustin. The haters will never be bound for glory. Oh, shout out to William Morey. Oh, bound for glory. Damn. I hate to say that song might be better than my original version, which a lot of people, hold as one of the greatest rock tunes of all time. Pretty rough.
I
But
don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but
yeah, but you're
I
like
think
one of
I
these
like this
idiots.
version better.
Yeah, so I saw this one fellow, he was like, fuck Tony Khan, I hate Tony Khan, that motherfucker. He was like super pissed because he's like, how dare he have Brian, let Brian Danielson get injured, and then they don't stop the match. And then I saw a guy who writes a wrestling newsletter, not Alvarez or anything like that, but he was on there and he's like, this match has been taken down because they played off of the real injuries to Brian Danielson and blah. So yeah, I had some people that were actually worked and thought that was a real injury. And then other people, they have to go out of their way to make sure that they weren't fooled. Aha, I'm too smart. I know this is all work. But those same folks, for years, for decades, ever since I've been on the internet, what do they bitch about? They're like, ever since AEW, they don't know how to sell. They got to sell. So they don't know how to sell. And then they always say, you got to bring back kayfabe, blah, blah. And then a guy sells and they bring back kayfabe. They kayfabed in the media scrum. And what do those same people do? Then they bitch.
Can't ever please them.
No. What did they want? Did they want after the match to Ospreay come out and say, well, that was a hell of a sell by Danielson. We really fooled you, Marks.
Mm.
That was a hell of an angle we just did, but he's totally fine sitting in the back drinking a coffee. Wouldn't that be a lot of fun?
Well, I didn't see the media scrum, but that's pretty good if they carried it over.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
And this was great. So not only the match, I think is just outstanding. He said that Ospreay said he's retiring the move because of the injury to Danielson. And I was like, this is brilliant because down the road, if he turns heel or if he's in this big match, he could pull out that move, the Tiger Driver 91, whatever it's called. And that's huge. That's like huge heat. It's like, oh my God, he's doing the move that almost ended Danielson's career.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? He's that's instantly a huge move now. Not only was it a cool move anyway, but now, he retires it. I'm sure he'll pull it out sometime down the road and boom, instantly it's a big deal again. It's like back in the day when they would make pile drivers illegal. Someone would do a pile driver. It's like, oh my God, he's the dastardly heels doing the pile driver move that can break people's necks.
Yeah.
And they keeps those moves special and it's long-term storytelling within the matches. Like, I don't know how you can complain about that.
Yeah, I don't see how anybody could watch that match and not agree that moment at the end where they're both facing off and they're both going for their move, and how they couldn't say that's like a classic moment in wrestling is just beyond me. I defy anybody to say that. That was so awesome.
And listen to the crowd. Look, anyone who tries to argue that, in my opinion, that Will Ospreay isn't like, he's just this spot monkey, whatever, either you're being dishonest or you've never seen the guy or something. His promos are from the heart. He gets a superstar reaction. So maybe you don't like him for whatever reason. That's your opinion. But to deny that he's not like a star or something is just insane, because he comes out there and the crowd reacts to him like this is a big time guy. And he's got like charisma, and he just has that it factor where he connects to people regardless of the matches. The matches are fantastic, but there are guys who do really great matches. Maybe not to his level, but very few people also have that star aura to them.
Yeah. That's like something you only see on like Shawn Michaels or like, some of those higher end guys that they can't be touched.
Legit comes out and like, wow, this is a big time guy, this big huge star.
He delivers on his promos and he over delivers on his matches. I mean, you can't be unsatisfied with that match between Danielson and
To me, that's
Osprey.
the best of both worlds. And I said last week, there's this weird thing where people want to argue you either have good matches or you have storylines, and you can't have like both for some reason. But that's what you want. So you got this guy who can deliver in the ring, plus he could talk about it and make you want to see it to begin with, and that's what you want. I don't want to watch real shit wrestling matches. That doesn't entertain me. And I love great matches, but I also like a feud to elevate that match. So there's no reason why you can't have both. And this pay-per-view is so great. I was saying last week about, I think people, you want to argue, oh, we get rid of Tony Khan and stuff. I think that's kind of silly because there would be no show if the guy with the wasn't running it.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of has to be involved. I mean,
Yeah. So I don't think anyone though in like history of wrestling could be the creative of all this product. You know, you've got 3 shows, two 2-hour live shows, hour live Rampage, and then also Ring of Honor. That's too much for any one person to really do.
and on top of that, he still has his commitments to the Jaguars.
So, I said last week, bring in someone to help with that. I think like a Danielson when he retires would be good. Give someone a new a chance, and then the guy Scott D'Amore, because he did the unthinkable. He got people to talk about TNA.
He has won your respect for a lifetime.
Yeah. No one has ever. I mean, I thought that was a hopeless cause, and I was like,
and honestly, how he did it was kind of beyond us too. I mean, going back to TNA, and it was like, but it worked. So we were wrong.
I think if you bring in someone like him and like to help, guide your shows, you can still have like I think Tony's great at putting together the pay-per-views because they almost always deliver. I don't, even the ones I didn't think were as good as other ones. I've never watched an AEW pay-per-view where I was like, oh, that sucked or something. And usually they're fantastic. But I think if he was like, well, this is where we're going, the next pay-per-view, this is the card. And then you had one guy or maybe a couple people like, okay, well, on the weekly shows, this is how we're going to get from here to there.
Yeah.
Build these feuds. And so we have stuff and I don't need really intricate soap opera storylines. I really like simple stuff where this guy wants to beat this guy to get the title.
Yeah. And with this, I think you have a perfect storyline already in place with it, where Bryan Danielson can come back and get his rematch and say, nobody should do that to me, do a move like that once a man is already injured or something like that, or, go down those lines. And
there's a lot you can do. And if you want to eventually turn Osprey, which I wouldn't think about that right now, but if you want to down the road, Osprey turns heel, he pulls up that move. It's like, holy shit.
He's kind of a tweener right now, just from the involvement with Don Callis.
Well, I mean,
I know he is over.
Like he gets this. Yeah, I would really just go to the. I mean, no, everyone wants us. Everyone cheers him anyway. So I don't, just go to whatever you're doing.
I thought it would have been a good moment where Osprey was concerned, and then Don Callis just kind of like shuffles him off. And don't. I thought that would be a good moment. Kind of like, don't worry about it. He's whatever. Kind of just showing what an asshole he is.
Yeah, and I've been a big Swerve fan for a while now, and something refreshing about AEW, and I think hopefully we'll see that in WWE now too, going forward, is when people organically get over, like a Swerve, they run with it. He was being cheered, so they made him, instead of fighting the crowd, made him a babyface, and now he's the world champ. I think that's great, as opposed to watching wrestling and the fans get behind someone, and then if the company doesn't like them, they just never will do anything with them. That's just really frustrating, and it's gonna be really interesting when MJF comes back, because in my opinion, you've got the two like futures of the company, Swerve and Osprey. Where does MJF fit in there? Because he's main guy too, so it's gonna be really interesting.
It will be interesting, yeah.
Because I was thinking, a lot of people thought this Osprey in London for the title, and if you keep the belt on Swerve till then, But then you have MJF, and it's almost like you have to have him in a title match, or like a blood feud, I guess, with Adam Cole. So
And Swerve, he can do the blood stuff, and he can do
yeah,
just so that would be interesting to see him and Ospreay face off at Wembley. But we'll wait and see what happens on that. And of course, you got Joe. He just lost his belt.
yeah.
He could be wanting a rematch. So
Yeah, he's definitely in there.
Mm-hmm.
I was really happy that Joe had the big run. And I know some people were mad at the last pay-per-view because Swerve didn't win the title, but I think it was the smart move, because if you had Swerve win the title in the middle of the show, because that show, the main event was Sting's final match.
Yeah.
It would have been overshadowed by Sting's final match. Plus, it would have been a three-way. This way, you had the show about Swerve becoming the new champion, and I think that is going to be more memorable. It's more special.
It's more prestigious that a man faces another man and wins the belt rather than a three-way where something could have just caused him to, win the belt, a goof on one another's part. But
the media scrum was only about an hour this time, which I think is probably better. And they just had a few people. They had Swerve, which was really good. Tony Khan's obviously, Tony Storm, and Willow, and Ospreay. That was all in the media.
Mm-hmm. No Jericho.
No Jericho, no Bucks.
He's the new FTW champion. I'm not sure what they're doing with this storyline. Like he's trying to school Hook.
I like it, and he is. I always say in the show, I like that Jericho's always reinventing himself, and I thought this too. And then I heard some other people say, I think maybe Alvarez said this. It's almost like a play off like Punk's real life guy, where he's like the veteran who's wanting people to take his advice, but at the same time he's like an asshole, really, and he's like, I like this. He is.
I never made that connection, but okay.
So he again, this is smart, because you can't try to have Jericho babyface at this point, because they hate the man.
I think he realizes it too.
So they right. I think they rushed the storyline a little bit, because I do think it was going to be played out a little bit longer before he turned on Hook, but it was really getting a bad reaction. But if he's supposed to be the heel, you want him to be booed. So if he's playing the heel and getting booed, it's much better.
I definitely think that's where it's going, because he knows that people didn't want to see Hook get beat.
Yeah,
and so I think it's good. I'm curious to see just where this is going to go. I do think it's unfortunate, the crowd response that he's been getting, but I think he's highly aware of it.
Yeah. And I like, because it's like a fake sincerity where he's like talking about, like he actually wants to help these people, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
I saw a couple of people saying like that it buried Hook, and then now Hook's going to go to WWE, and I was like, I don't think you understand. Like Hook kicked out of 3 Jericho's finishers, and no one really kicks out of that. Maybe one person has ever kicked out of it, and then a baseball bat to the head. I was like, that's how you really put over a guy in losing.
And then he leaves and says, I had to teach him a lesson.
Yeah. But in losing, it's like this guy had to be like hit with a baseball bat and take 3 finishers to lose. Like it was putting over how much willpower Hook has. And I dig it. I mean, the guy's always been over since his very first appearance. He has this connection to the crowd, and he's green, but they're trying to do something with it.
Yeah. And I'm kind of impressed with Taz, because I really hated how he was saying, oh, he's his own man. He can handle his own issues, And then it was like, I was like, damn, Taz, why are you being such a douche like that? And then at the end, he gets up and he shows some concern. So I'm like, okay. Taz is starting to get into it, I guess. So character wise. So I kind of dug that. He's not full on wanting to be like, crazy dad or anything.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. And I didn't know if he'd get physical, because I guess he does really, but that's probably a guy he trusts a lot, would be Jericho.
Yeah. Yeah.
And plus it's an angle for his son. So.
They mentioned that he had leg issues when he got pushed down by Jericho and everything.
I enjoy Taz when he's the serious Taz. I really think he's not funny at all when he's like the silly Taz. So I wish he would just be more serious on. And I'm not saying he's got to be deadly serious, but I just don't find him funny at all when he's trying to be funny. And he's like laughs at stuff that shouldn't be laughed at and stuff.
Yeah, and he kind of hurts the program and
Yeah, I agree 100%. But when he's like the serious guy, I think he's good.
Yeah.
So
I thought Nigel. I was really happy with
Nigel
whenever he took over on commentary.
Yeah, I think he's the best commentator in.
Why he's not doing more shows? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to, or maybe I don't know. I don't see any value in JR right now. I don't think he does the product very good.
I don't agree. I mean, I agree with you. I don't either. Besides just the name value, as Jim Ross out there, like it's just not good. He's just not good.
He just doesn't seem like he's into what's being presented to him, and I think it hurts the program, honestly. And maybe he's at a point in his life where he can't necessarily get into it like he would want to.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not sure what's going on there, but I mean, it doesn't help the program.
No, it's just the nostalgia of JR.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, and if you didn't have that, like if you're a new person who didn't know who he was, I don't know what you'd think. You'd probably just think, why is this guy out here?
Mm-hmm. And I like it.
I don't want to trip. It was like when I was a kid, I didn't understand the back history of Baron von Raschke and Wahoo McDaniels, and I would see them and I just think they were like these old guys who weren't good. Why are they wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
And so if I was, watching wrestling for the first time and I heard Jim Ross, and I don't know the backstory to him, I just be like, this guy's just like bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hate to say it, but yeah, I don't know if they really need Jim Ross on the commentary. I mean, because he's never, we remember by God, it's Stone Cold and all that stuff, and he's broken in half, and all those, classic lines, and he's just not getting into it. Like, does Tony need to yell at him like Vince or something, or does Tony make him need to
get over it? Put it behind us.
He's like, Jim Ross, you really need to come out and join the Tony Khan Kiss My Ass Club. And he just pulls his ass out. And that will motivate Jim Ross. He's like, hell yeah, I like being abused when I'm on commentary. Just yell at me.
I thought it was weird that they had the unification for the trios belts on the pre-show, but I mean, this was really a stacked card. But that was cool. Though I'm glad that they unified, because I think two trios belts is too much.
It is like you say, though. It's like it is nice that they make the pre-show presentable.
Yeah, exactly. It's a watchable show. There's good stuff on it. It's really just like an extra hour to the pay-per-view instead of a pre-show.
I mean, WWE would just phone it in with the post shows.
Yeah,
you'd
really
get
bad.
Just matches that were just like
nothing. Or no matches now. And and if they did have matches, it was just, and they would even cut to like a commercial during it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the only one that was on the post show that I think was a great match was the WLC match, whatever.
Right.
They had that, and that was probably the only one I remember. I was like, that was good stuff, and it probably would have made me want to watch the show.
Punk on the pre-show on Mania over Booker T was a huge improvement for me. It made it much more enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I watched him on the pre-show on WrestleMania.
So the pay-per-view itself opened with Okada versus Pac, and I've been on the fence with Okada. Like, he has great matches and he looks cool and stuff, but I'm like, he doesn't. I think it's because I don't really know. I don't know him.
I think I know what got you off the fence, though. I can pinpoint.
Awesome.
I can pinpoint the moment, though, when he went for the Rainmaker and he just went. I was like, that was such an awesome moment.
Yeah,
he just flipped off the camera, and it was oh my God.
This match, I'm like, I get it. This guy's really good. And he has personality. He's a big guy for Asian guy, and this and Pac's great. Pac's really good. So this is just great match.
It was
Great match.
great. Yeah.
When it started, I was like, wow, this is like a awesome match to start the show. How are they going to follow this? But then we had like lots of stuff that followed it. But
I was thinking you can't. Pac's going to lose this match. They can't have Okada come out and lose. I mean, so I kind of that was a little predictable. Which they did what they should have done though.
yeah.
I mean, but I enjoyed it.
House of Black versus Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe. It seems like kind of a random match, but everyone really worked hard, and this was one of the better House of Black matches, I think.
Yeah,
they actually seemed like they were wanting to be there. Sometimes I always think Brody really gives it his all, and sometimes actually sometimes I think Malachi kind of walks through his matches, but when he's motivated, and I think all three guys were motivated here. Like I said, I think Brody's always motivated. I think he should really get a bigger push, but all three guys really worked well here.
Yeah,
it was good.
And this was an ending that I did not expect for House of Black to win. So that was one that caught me by surprise.
Yeah. And on Dynamite, I thought Brody and Adam Copeland really had a great match. They really worked well together.
Yeah.
I think Brody's like a really hidden gem in the company. I personally think like he could be a top guy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I love Mark Briscoe. I thought like that spot where he set up the chair on the edge of the apron and he jumped off of it. It was like, and the commentators was really putting him over, saying like, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
You know, just Mark Briscoe's been doing great. I think he's been phenomenal in the company recently.
And as much as sometimes I talk about Copeland stuff, you can really tell he's given it his all in all these matches, and he's having a good time. And
it's such a strange pairing. You never would have expected to see Adam Copeland, Mark Briscoe, and Eddie Kingston in like a three-way on the same team. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah. So either of these teams, it would be interesting. Eventually could go for the trios belts at some point. Well, I know House of Black already had it, but Willow Nightingale beat Julia for the TBS title, and from my understanding, Julia was hurt, so it's like a fairly short match. I really like Julia Hart. I actually like Willow Nightingale too. So this was a quick match, and once I knew Julia was hurt, like it was fine. Compared to those stuff, it's not great or anything, but the crowd's always into Willow, so I'm into her winning the title.
And it went into her feud with Mercedes Moné, where she came out, the CEO music's going on, and she interrupted her moment, basically. So
and I've been thinking now for ever since her debut in Boston, super over. But every week she acts like a total heel, in my opinion. When you're bragging about your money and being that's just heel stuff.
Yeah.
And I actually think they're actually going that way now. When she came out and was, and I think that's the way to go.
You don't want to fight them on Willow. You don't want to be turning her heel because
no. And I think Sasha Mercedes Moné, is just a natural heel, honestly.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, because most of the stuff of hers that I remember is her being a heel.
Yeah,
I mean, she made the little Bailey girl cry, and and that was like one of her big moments. I mean,
and then to me, when Britt Baker comes back, that's like the money feud because you'd have the homegrown, most over woman in the history of AEW, Britt Baker, against arguably the most well-known female wressler in AEW, Mercedes Moné, and she's the outsider, and it's just I think that's a real money match here.
Yeah. I just hope everything's going good as far as her standing with the company.
Yeah, from my understanding, she's actually hurt, so she's recovering.
See, we weren't really aware of that.
No, it's weird because that, and I guess so is in the big guy Rusev. I always just thought half these people you just think like they're just off the show for some reason.
Yeah, I thought something was going down, but that was just speculation.
Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly. I'm not a huge Kyle O'Reilly fan, but I can't deny he's a really good wrestler. I was never a
Mhm.
big fan of Roderick Strong until AEW, and he started yelling at him. I wish he would start yelling at him again, but I do like him. But this was a very good wrestling match.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. It was good stuff. Yeah. And they have such a history between each other. So.
Yeah.
And did you see how when Adam Cole came out and he got up out of his chair and he was
Yeah.
kind of eyeing Wardlow, like, was he upset because they put the beat down on Kyle O'Reilly, or what was it, or is he just mad at Wardlow just for messing up?
Just
Like,
mad, I think, all the time. But the thing is, like, they've done this with Wardlow before. It's basically the same thing with MJF, where he'll turn on the. It's just like a retread, I think, for Wardlow. He's kind of always in the same cycle. He's like a
yeah,
bad guy who wants to get away from his group and be this. It's like it's like a retry with him. I don't really get that, and I think they missed an opportunity with Adam Cole. I would have never had him get out of the wheelchair until he did and have a big surprise where you think he's still
he
hurt, and
gets
then he just gets
involved
out of
with
the
the match.
wheelchair and he hits someone, he cost someone a match or something. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, have him down by ringside, and yeah, that is kind of a big missed opportunity. So I can see that.
Jericho versus Hook, we talked about. It's a
Mhm.
peculiar thing because he was hated, and it kind of it was to the point where it was like the go away heat people talk about, but at the same time, like I think by the in the middle of the match was almost ruined, like they just hated him so much in a
Mhm.
bad way. But I do think he actually got
Eh,
the people into the match by the end where they were booing him more as a heel than just like we actually
yeah,
don't want to see this
there
guy.
was a Fozzy sucks chant.
Yeah,
So
and please retire and
yeah, they're pretty rough to him, and
yeah.
I
I still think he needs some time off TV for a while to let people forget about him a little bit and then bring him back. And
Mhm.
I think
I
it
don't
would
know
be
if it would even work though at this point, because
probably not.
I think it's kind of that guy really did some damage with that stupid report that he put out. That wasn't even there was
Yeah.
no credibility to it
Yeah,
whatsoever,
that stuff
and
sucks.
I mean it really has hurt him, and I think it's really messed up. But
Yeah.
this is
He
where
got
we
him back
are, and
into
I
the
think he's
match. Yeah.
dealing with it.
Yeah, he got him back into the match by then.
Mhm.
I think it's I thought it was bad that he got rid of the song, but at this point it's probably a good idea. And then maybe if he ever does, if people
I
ever
think
do like stop like hating him really bad, maybe if he brought back, Judas,
I,
like they'd
mhm.
start cheering again. I don't know.
I think he's trying to get it to that point to where he's going to be perceived as a heel, and
Yeah.
then really get into that heel mode, and then I think he'll eventually switch it back to where
Yeah.
he could be like loved again. But we'll see.
I'm
I
a
mean,
fan. I know
I'm
some
a
people
fan of
really don't.
Jericho as
Yeah.
well, and I think he's really gotten a raw deal. But them's the breaks, I guess.
Tony Storm versus Thunder Rosa. This was a really surprise for me because I'm a big Tony Storm fan, but she usually does like the comedy matches, which I don't dislike. Actually, that's fine by me. Thunder Rosa, I thought, has not been particularly good since she came back, but they really put on a great match. This was
Hmm.
Thunder Rosa's best match since she came back, and Tony Storm's best match as champion.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's great stuff. I have an idea for Luther. This is my idea. You're welcome to use it, AEW. I will not seek any legal action whatsoever, but he needs one of those
I'm a
old
fan.
school perfume sprayers, like
Hmm.
the model,
Yeah,
and like
I like
maybe
it.
he can interfere with it in the
I like
match,
it.
like
Yeah,
whenever. I think it would be pretty awesome because I think it would suit the Tony Storm character,
I
and
agree.
it would give him something to interrupt a match with. I think that would be good stuff.
Tony Storm is good in the media scrum. She was still in character, but a little more serious, and was calling out whichever Bella it is that was they were talking about coming in, and
Oh,
so
oh
they're
my!
teasing that. So I do think we're gonna. I do think that's gonna happen, and I suppose she's
What
gonna be feuding with Tony
it
Storm.
wasn't Bree, it was Nicole,
Nikki,
Nikki
okay,
Bella.
yeah, and she said
So,
about something about a pussy scented candle.
what's her name? I think Gwyneth Paltrow was
Yeah,
selling a candle like that. So,
so I don't think they would tease that without like I mean, who knows? Maybe they would, but I don't think. I think we're going to see that eventually.
That would be a big seller, though, if they did. I'm
That
sure
would
wrestling fans would buy that.
if Nikki Bella comes in, this is going to be like for me. It's just like this is like not what I want to see in AEW. But if she comes in and she's impressive, I'll be like, great for her. Like that would be a time to prove that you have something because
Mhm,
I
mhm.
don't really have any great memories of the Bella twins. So
Yeah. So I mean, you never know. Maybe she'll.
maybe she's really good and she just never had the chance to, prove it as a wrestler. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not against it if people are gonna, people want it. I don't know.
Give it a shot.
Yeah. Will Ospreay versus Danielson. Just, I can't imagine this won't be my match. If this isn't my favorite match of the year, and like I said, we're in for some really great matches this year.
It's supposed to be Daniel Bryan's last year, so
Yeah, as
or
an
Bryan
active
Danielson
wrestler,
as an
but he
active
wants to
wrestler.
never retire. He wants to actually wrestle forever. But
He's not going to retire. That's how I don't think he's ever going to retire. I think he's just saying that he's not. He might for a little while, and he's going to be like, I got to get back in there.
well, that's what he's already kind of saying that though. He wants to wrestle into his 70s, but retire from like wrestling all the time. So he'd
Yeah.
still be a wrestler, but only wrestle like a few times a year instead of all the time.
We'll see.
Yeah, which is probably. I mean,
Mhm.
in AEW doesn't wrestle all the time anyway. So what would be the difference?
Yeah, I mean, he wrestles, but it's not like it's all the time, like you said.
Yeah, it's
Like
not every week, every show.
I mean, what do we get? Like maybe 2 matches a month,
Yeah.
Because
Now he's getting maybe after time they'll do one a month.
So
Yeah, none of the guys wrestle weekly, honestly.
yeah, I mean,
Very
as far
few.
as like actual in-ring stuff, they kind of keep them, which I think is a detriment to the company in a way. I think they do need to keep people in the spotlight, but I mean, they do revolve them out a lot. So
Yeah, there's got like I think honestly, like Orange Cassidy's one of the guys who really wrestles a lot.
yeah, he does.
He's
He
on
does.
almost every week on either Dynamite or Rampage. And I'm not
Was it?
complaining because I like him, but
Wasn't that one of the pre-show matches, the Orange Cassidy and
yeah, it was him and Shibata versus
Mhm.
Shane. Okay, Shane Taylor promotion. Shane Taylor, Lee Murray. This is nothing against Shane Taylor, but if they're gonna if this guy's getting a push, which it seems like they're trying to do, he has to. And I'm not somebody who thinks everyone needs to be jacked or anything like that, but he needs either to get in better shape or get some kind of gear where he just looks like a bum. I'm sorry. He looks like
Mhm.
he doesn't look like
Well,
anything special. If he
he
needs some
had
kind of gear that covers him up a little bit.
he has sized down in considerably because he was a lot heavier in the
And
Ring of
kudos
Honor
to
days
him.
when I
And
watched
I
him.
doubt
So
he's never going to be like some jack guy, but he needs some
yeah,
kind of gear that, look, there's a Big Boss Man, covered himself, Cactus Jack, lots of guys. So I don't know what he needs. I'm not saying he needs to wear a suit or something to wrestling, but some type of gear that he could work into his gimmick and that just looks more impressive because the stuff he's wearing now just makes him look bad. And I think that about Eddie Kingston a lot. I think he
yeah.
looks fine in street clothes, but when
Mhm.
he wears like tights, like it just really accentuates his belly and stuff, and he looks terrible.
Yeah. Like, he could
Um,
have the tights, but if he had, like, a shirt on over it,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
kinda like a New Jack thing or something, or
yeah. There's ways
yeah.
to get around that. I mean, lots of guys have throughout wrestling, and I think
Mhm.
it fits his character if he would just wrestled in street clothes or something. Anyway,
Yeah.
like
He
when he
wants to be like he wants to be perceived as, like, a wrestler, but like, the way he looks isn't presenting
no.
that whatsoever.
And
So
when he's doing promos and stuff, and he's got like a jersey on or something,
mm,
like I never think, oh, look at this guy, he's so out of shape or something. But then when he wrestles with tights and he has that, I'm not walking around with tights on myself. So I'm just telling this, just saying it like this. He's got
mm,
that big belly, which he probably can't lose, and he's got like little skinny arms, and it's not a great look. But if
Yeah.
he when he wears like a football jersey, I don't think that at all. I'm like, oh, this is a guy I probably could beat somebody up.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Jack's a good guy. I mean, if New Jack wore those tights, I don't. He probably wouldn't have looked too great either.
Baby Snake Ass Master here. He says, like the Brooklyn Brawler, street clothes.
Well, I mean, I don't think the Brooklyn Brawler is someone you want to be like. I really want to be like.
You don't
This
think
is
the
like
Brooklyn Brawler's tough?
this is the pinnacle of my career. Like, I really want to be the next Brooklyn Brawler. But I understand the sentiment.
I think I've heard a song about that guy one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Push it and pull. The Young
Not
Bucks.
trying to hurt anybody's feelings now.
Young Bucks versus FTR in a ladder match. This match was great too.
Yeah, it was. Some great stuff in it. Yeah.
This is like a modern classic feud right here. These guys have had, and I remember people would complain, like, I like that they've spread out their big matches throughout the years. If they had like 20 matches by now, you might be like, oh, this again. But they spread out their matches over the years.
And we were wondering, how is the footage thing going to play into the match? And I'm not saying it was great, but I think they did a pretty good job. It did get a reaction.
I agree. I'm going to let this play out. I still don't think the footage was a good idea, but I remember weeks before that, I've been saying on the show that I thought that Jungle Boy was in Japan to season his character and he's going to come back, and that's what's happened. And I won't deny he gets some great heel heat.
Yeah. So
I would get away from any of the Punk stuff because you don't want him to get heel heat and them chanting Punk. That's not good.
Yeah.
But he came off like a bigger star than he ever has.
Basically, there's one of the Bucks, I believe it was Nick, and one of the FTR. I think it was is it Cash, or which one's the bald one? Their names are terrible.
Sure. Yeah. Even my mom was like, "What
Wheeler.
does FTR stand for?" And I was like, "I don't really know. It's like Fear the Revival or something." I don't know.
For the Revolution, I think they said at one time, and then one of them was like "fuck the Revival," and then one of who really even knows, but one of them was on, and a person ran into the ring with like a Sting mask on, and you couldn't see the hair because their head was covered, and he pushed the ladder over. Very like Eddie Guerrero moment, like when the fan came in and pushed the ladder. They're like, "Oh, it's a fan in the ring," and they kind of got him in the corner and pulled the mask off of him, and it was Jack Perry. And it got a good reaction. I mean, so good on them. So I enjoyed it. I think it was a good way to bring him back. And I mean, you can't have him as a face for sure. So I definitely think they are working a program where it's going to help, bring him back into the fold. So.
I agree. It is, and I guess on that New Japan pay-per-view, he had amazing healing. So we'll see where it goes. I know some people said it was predictable he's going to be there. I don't think that's a bad predictable because they set it was foreshadowing. It's like classic storytelling, not just in wrestling, but like in any form of story. And so I don't have a problem with that. I mean, it made sense. I would rather something make sense than like you swerve for the sake of swerving something.
Some great stuff in the match. They did some.
This was awesome.
Yeah,
really hard hitting match. I think it actually makes sense the Bucks to win the ladder match. That plays more into their strengths than FTR's.
He's Dash, right? Because he had like a big cut on his head and he was bleeding a lot during the match.
Yeah, he was really bleeding.
Their names are terrible.
Yeah, Dash. I always want to say Hardwood, but it's Harwood.
Yep. Harwood.
Great wrestlers. I sometimes don't. There's times I don't actually want to like them just because like it used to be really annoying. Like on. I actually never listened to this podcast, but just like the stuff they're coming, it seems like he's always crying about some. But they always win me over in their matches. They're great.
They always bring you back.
Yeah, and I like that they're like more. They say old school, but I mean they do a lot of new school stuff. They do a lot of big move stuff. But,
Sean Brown's got our back here. Dax Harwood is the bald one. Okay, thank you.
This is great though. And I like it. It's a good contrast. You got the two old school like thick guys, and then you got the kings of like the new era of wrestling, really the Young Bucks, and it really they play well off each other.
Jonathan Jackson, he says, "Get hardwood." Well, how do you know we don't already?
Boom! I do every time I hear the music.
Cash Wheeler's the road raging gun carrying
You would
carrier, allegedly.
The other guy
Allegedly.
Yeah. Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana won the title from Joe. Great match. I love the he came out with, and they told you. I actually thought the commentary overall was good in the show. They actually explained a lot of stuff that you were supposed to know, which is good. And like that, they told us that he was wearing Jimmy Rave's robe, which was, and I looked it up, and it was really cool because he did wear that. So one of the original embassy members.
I didn't catch that during the show itself, but I seen your post about it, and I was like, that was really cool that they had him wear that, and as tribute to Jimmy Rave, who's passed on, and my personal favorite moments of Jimmy Rave was with Prince Nana in Ring of Honor when they throw the toilet paper at him and stuff, and he'd go crazy throwing it back. That was some good stuff. So,
yeah, really dark, unfortunate end to Jimmy Rave getting his limbs amputated. Really terrible. So that was nice. I'm sure it's a Prince Nana. Who would have ever guessed? Like, Prince Nana's going to be like a top part of a top like thing in AEW at some point. Like, just really came out of nowhere, and it clicked immediately. Well, it didn't click immediately. It took a little bit, but once it started going, like, he adds so much to the Swerve character. Like, it's just I get a lot. It's a lot of fun seeing Prince Nana coming out and doing the dance, and the crowd loves it. And Swerve's great. I wasn't really into Swerve at all when he first came in, and he really won me over. And really, he got a chance, and he really ran with it, and really improved a lot. And it's good stuff. And this was they really put him over strong. That he's the champ. He beat Joe clean. I like that. And they didn't cut away right away. They like showed him celebrating the ring. It was like this is the Swerve era now of AEW, and I thought that was great. I'm a big fan. I'm looking forward to his reign as champ.
So you have MJF, who hasn't had his rematch. You got Samoa Joe, who's probably due for a rematch, if that rule even applies in the AEW. They don't necessarily bring it up a whole lot.
Right.
It's kind of a WWE thing, so. But it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. And happy for Swerve. He was celebrating with a lot of the fans, and they seem pretty happy about it. So.
Yeah, he was really humble and stuff and the media scrum. That was really good.
Did you like the Black Panther outfit?
Yeah, I told Troy, who's a huge Marvel Comics fan, I was like, because he was watching it too at his house. And yeah, I like that. That was great.
It wasn't full on Black Panther mode, I don't think, because they probably didn't want to get sued. But
yeah, but it was pretty close.
You knew who he was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was pretty close because he doesn't always have the mask on in the movie either. So
yeah, okay,
that's pretty cool too. I mean, because that's a tribute to Rave had passed away, and the guy who played Black Panther passed away.
Oh yeah. Didn't think about that one either, but that's true. Yeah. Very true.
And I've seen not a lot, but I do see some people like they got a bitch about Swerve talk about being the first black champion in AEW, but look, like
it's true.
It is, and like I watched wrestling my whole life, and there was very few black world champions. It was Ron Simmons was the first one I saw, and
you probably could count it on one hand even still. I mean, there's really not a whole lot.
So I get the idea, like, we should just, I mean, the guy got over on his own merit. It's not like they were like, oh, we need a black champion, let's put the belt on. I think anyone says that's like, you're really being dishonest, because the guy's really like is over. But you also have to put yourself in this mindset. Okay, I am a white guy, grew up being a white guy. Look, there was there was no shortage of white people on TV doing stuff. So it's like I can't look at it the same way as if I grew up a kid, a black kid, and there was very little, especially as a fan, very little like uh people who looked like me doing anything really important. Usually they were like junkyard dog with chains around their neck, or and no like world champion or anything. So you have to think that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, it's cool. And he's great. So just as a wrestler, I'm a big fan. And I thought it was a cool moment. Great show all around. Really had a good time.
Jonathan Jackson.
Very long, but they never feel long to me. Like this show flew by.
Jonathan Jackson, he says, I think Tony Khan saw Moose and Cody Rhodes and knew what he had to do.
Yeah, Jackson told me, it means a lot to him seeing Cody Rhodes on TV. He's like, finally, someone like me is being showcased.
Does Jonathan have a tattoo on his neck?
He does, yeah. He's got a big Jackie Jones tattoo right here.
Oh, I see.
That's why he usually wears that mask, because you don't want anyone seeing it.
Yeah. Sometimes my hatred for Cody Rhodes, it kind of just infests into my mind, and I just can't get rid of it sometimes. And I was thinking a lot about it this weekend.
Really?
About how much I hate Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Lexar was asking if your mask itch.
It does not itch, but it's actually because I have these earbuds in, it kind of pushes them in. It's a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
It doesn't itch. It's not itchy at all. It's actually genuine leather too.
Oh, sweet. But the thoughts of Cody Rhodes and how he likes to, follow in his father's footsteps. He wants to please him even after he's passed on by winning the belt. So much so he'll leave his own company because he's getting booed in it, and he doesn't like getting booed, and he refuses to turn heel for whatever reason. So he goes to another company. He works for NDA McMahon. They finally give him the belt. I imagine if Vince wasn't ousted, I bet Vince would have screwed him over. So
it's funny you just bring up McMahon. So I was watching a clip of something, and you know how YouTube, if you don't have it set, if you don't turn off like the whatever it is, like it'll just go to other things. And so it started playing a clip of the Punk interview, which I'd already heard, but I was in the middle of like doing graphics or something. So I'm listening to it. And it was the part where he talked about going back to WWE and meeting Vince McMahon for the first time when he was like in the gym.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, like, he clearly has no problem with Vince at that point, where the last 10 years, like he talked so much about. And then so I can't help but think, and I'm a Punk fan, but it's like it's like some of the wrestling fans, they really see like someone being a nice guy who they think isn't, it should be meaner as a leader. That's like worse to them than like a really horrendous human being, because they're kind of an asshole as a leader. It's very strange to me. Like what I'm saying is, it honestly, like when you're listening to him, it's like he had no problem talking to McMahon and stuff, and he might not have known the stuff that was going on there, but he knew that he fired him on his wedding day and all these things. That's all fine because he's kind of a hard ass and a leader or whatever. But he has no problem with that. But the guy he considers too nice of a guy, that's like worse in his mind.
Yeah.
And that's very odd to me. Like, I get the idea that he should step up at times. Like, I think he should even stepped up to Punk with Colt Cabana, and I don't think Punk had Colt Cabana fired because he's still there and all that stuff. But when Punk said about Colt came up to him and he wouldn't even talk to him, and I actually think that was the right thing for Colt to do, and that was a manly thing for Colt to do. That's a time when Tony Khan should have stepped in and said, "No, you have to talk to this guy. He's here. He's under contract. You don't have to be buddies, but you guys, have to share the locker room and stuff, and there can't be any stuff between you." And he should have done the same thing after the brawl out and all that stuff. So I get all that, but I just think it's odd that people will look down on him being a good guy.
Do you
Like,
think he
that's
would have?
worse than like a rapist or
Do
something.
you think he would have shoved Tony Khan if he said that to him? He's like, "What do you mean?"
But see,
Huh?
that if he would have just, I think he should have.
What I find strange though. All right, he is in a lawsuit with WWE and their doctors,
Oh yeah,
and
now he's home and they're the greatest.
and, and he had the falling out with Colt Cabana because of this lawsuit that WWE started because he
Yeah.
said something on Colt Cabana's podcast.
Yeah, and now he's talking about how great the medical team is, or like they're helping him in rehab. And stuff.
And it's like he hates AEW, but he goes to WWE, the place that he was in a lawsuit with. But he forgives WWE. But how can you not like have some sort of forgiveness for this guy that used to be like your best friend? I mean, what happened there?
Yeah, and like I said, you don't have to be, if he never wants to forgive and forget and be friends. That's his prerogative. I don't know all the stuff that happened between them. Maybe more than I know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But to not even talk to the guy and just be like, he talks about always wanting to be a professional. That's the professional thing to do.
Now, if CM Punk and Colt Cabana went to McDonald's and they got some breakfast and Colt Cabana took his hash brown, I could understand. But I don't know if that's what happened.
And look,
that is where I draw the line.
I will always say, I think the Bucks were were bitches there, Hangman especially, but at the same time, it would be dishonest of me than to say Punk wasn't a bitch with the Colt Cabana. I think he should have been a man and just talked to them, just like I think after the fight, everyone should have talked to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I thought Kenny Omega made sense when he was talking about it, but
yeah.
I know it's past us now. But
it's
if he expects those guys to talk to him after punching him and stuff, he should be a man and talk to Colt Cabana after whatever disagreement they had. They didn't have to be buddies and go out partying or play Yahtzee together or whatever, but just be a man. Like, okay, he's being a man. He's being professional. He wants to talk to me. Let's talk this over. And at the very least, we're both here and we'll stay out of each other's way. And
some sort of a working relationship where you at least acknowledge each other.
Honestly, he probably would have never been in the angles with him or anything because Colt was not like
he's not really on anybody's angle, I don't think.
And you see, even after Punk's left now, is he lighting the world on fire? No, I mean, so, but could he just be in the locker room? Of course. I mean, that's fine.
Co says,
and I'm not even a Colt Cabana fan, but I think he was being the man there.
Seems like CM Punk doesn't know if he wants to scratch his watch or wind his ass.
It sounds like an old Bobby Heenan line.
Yeah, but yeah, that's just the one thing that I'm just like, what happened between him and Colt Cabana? And it's like, maybe he's just not saying everything because he doesn't want to talk about it. But I mean, like,
yeah, I don't know if there's something really horrible that happened, then explain that, and maybe I would be like, oh, I see, you know what I mean? But if it was just they fought over their podcast or something, it's like, dude, like, forget over that, you know.
But back to my hatred on Cody Rhodes. So, like, he loves following in his father's footsteps, but could you imagine, say, like, AEW, they have taken like a hit from Cody Rhodes leaving the company. God forbid this to ever happen, but say like one of them kills themselves. Do you think Cody Rhodes would get up on the Hall of Fame podium and he's inducting that one? Do you think he would just sit there and start talking about himself the entire time, just like his father did with Eddie Graham? I think he probably would. I think that's what a piece of shit that Cody Rhodes is.
Yeah. He'd be like, I've solved suicide. No one will ever suicide themselves again. Just like he
more than likely
racism.
Very fake individual with Cody.
Oh
Rhodes.
Yeah. It pains me to agree with Ryback because he says stuff and I was like, what the hell? But he came out and he said that he just comes like off like this phony politician. I was like, I mean, I can't disagree. He does. And I say this as someone who generally
Well done,
enjoys,
Ryback.
I enjoy Cody Rhodes matches, and I'll never not say he's a good wrestler or anything like that, but he is completely phony.
Yeah. I really like. I'm like, do I want to watch Raw? And then I'm like, oh, Cody Rhodes is on that show. He's got the belt now. It really does. Like, I know I wasn't watching Raw like crazy, but it's like, I do try to watch it because I do think I have like some sort of an obligation to watch it.
Yeah.
But it's like, it does stop me. It's like, man, that's the show Cody's on. It's like, damn. I think he's supposed to be on SmackDown, though. He did say that last week because I did go back and watch last week.
I don't know if everyone heard. Did everyone hear the big surprise earlier? Because there's a lot more people watching now. Should we play it one more time for the people who didn't hear it?
Another one? Yeah. We can play it another round.
All right, here we go. This is the big surprise. Jammin' Johnny Hayes.
I'm going to get a drink.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. This is for Jackie Jones, the more honest man in podcasting. This is for the power of goats. And most important, ooh, this is for the heady verse. Oh, yeah. Ooh, my story. This here is my story. Ooh, bound for glory. Women here kind of hoary. Bound for glory. Shout to William Morey. Bound for glory. Oh, God, still water. Bound for glory. Bound for glory. Oh, here we go. Mr. Rory. No need to worry. We're bound for glory. Shout to William Morey, Morey, bound for glory. Funk brothers Terry and Dory, they were bound for glory. But this here is my story, 'cause I am bound for glory. Those matches, they sure got gory, but they were all bound for glory. We're bound for glory. Bound for glory. Bound for glory.
Damn, that was sweet. That was amazing. Man, that brings a tear to my eyes. Hit the like button. Boom. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Share this out to the Headyverse. And if you would like to support the show, join the Headyverse. It's only $3 and up. And if you would like to super chat the show, you can send in $5 or more to Venmo at Headyverse or super chat, and you will get a thank you sticker from Jackie Jones. It'll be random like this one. Pretty sweet. Booyah! A tear to your eye and a bulge to your jeans. Boom. Yeah.
Did you see this clip with Ric Flair at a convention and he's walking by Dolph Ziggler and he tells him, "Did you tell everybody that you slept with my wife before I married her?"
What the hell? I thought he was a big Ziggler fan.
I think he was like putting him over in a strange way because it looked, he had like a smile on his face when he was walking. It was a weird clip. And like he said something else that I didn't even understand. It was like powdering the wedding or something. I didn't need it subtitles because I didn't know what the hell he was even saying. But
No, this is crazy.
it was really strange. He's doing his strut, and like a bunch of fans are around him, and then he sees Dolph, which he was going by Nick Nemeth. He was like, "Hey, did you tell everybody that you slept with my wife before I married her or something?" And he was like, "That's what's the girl's name? Fifi the maid. I forget her real name.
Yeah,
But
I know who you mean, but I don't know her
he
name.
said that's her boyfriend." And while he was walking away, and he kind of had like a smile about it. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what was that all about? Galgo
Damn.
13, he loves the cover of Bound for Glory.
Hell yeah, it's a good cover, Bound for Glory. Boom! Thank you, Jammin' Johnny Hayes, for covering the song. We're gonna try to get him to do a live performance at next year's Headies. Pretty sweet. I heard he's working on some more tunes for us.
Can we say, yeah, that'll be good stuff. Have a live performance.
Yeah. So, yeah, he might cover some of the other Headyverse tunes. Maybe do some originals. We'll find out here down the road. A rare appearance by Smart Incher tonight. See, your spectacles make you look.
I guess I'm going to be locked into Smart Incher because I notice I'm back here. I can't hardly read the chat room without them. So if I'm all the way back here, I can see it with my glasses. So
Right.
Thank you. He says, "Nice glasses, nerd." And I'm like, "Thank you, Joe."
Hey.
Doesn't Joe wear the glasses?
Yeah, he's wearing glasses in that picture there, sitting there with his broken leg, glasses on. His eyes are broken, just like his legs.
Well, yeah, I'm having to concede and say I do need glasses, I guess, at some point, because like the small text on the chat here, I can't see if I don't have them. So like I can see it, but I have to struggle to see it. I'm like, that's really not good. I probably should have the glasses.
I would like to hear "Sodomize" sometime. That would be sweet. I was trying. You know what, Van? If you're out there, I was actually trying to, because Van wrote the lyrics to that. I was trying to find the lyrics to send over to Jammin' Johnny Hayes to maybe cover our old Slam Jam tunes, but I can't find the lyrics that Van sent me many years ago.
I do remember that. We if somebody wants, they could dive into the archives and transcribe it for us.
Yeah, we did all 12 songs. But yeah, speaking of broken, Matt Hardy's broken again. Matt Hardy is back in TNA as broken Matt Hardy.
Should have never left. And it's still owned by the company that he had the big falling out with, Anthem. I mean, is he made up with them? Is he good with them now?
It's probably like, AEW doesn't want me. And, if WWE doesn't want me, where else am I going to go?
Back to where the place that I was bitching about. It worked for Punk. Might as well work for me. At least they didn't sue me.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If he went back, I wouldn't hold that against him. He didn't go around for years like completely trashing him or anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was even on his. He had the most of the beef.
I agree.
Somebody else in the family might have had more beef.
I've been saying this for a while. The broken stuff's not for me, but it's over. It's what the fans want to see from him, and I do think he could get a couple years out or a year. He could get some time out of that where he doesn't need to take bumps or like very, small amount of bumps. It protects his body because they just want to see the foolishness. So.
Yeah.
It's best all around, I think, if he does it. So here's the list of releases. A lot of releases this weekend. I don't know if you've been...
Really? I wasn't up on this.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal.
I heard about Jinder, yeah.
And I was surprised, well, not surprised at this point in time, but I always felt bad for Jinder because he got that title push out of nowhere when I don't think he was ready and no one really took to it. And then he took the time to really improve. You got the character together and I actually started to enjoy him. And then ever since then, they really just treated him as a total joke, even up to
Yeah.
recently when they brought him back on. So,
Brought him on for The Rock's return.
and he's a good look. He's like, super jacked, and like, I didn't get it. He's a good character. He can talk. He's not the greatest wrestler, but he's fine. He's not like a bad wrestler or something. So, that's too bad. He's just been like treated like a joke, honestly, for quite a while.
Yeah.
So he's been there from 2010 to 2014, and then from 2016 to 2024. So he was there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good run.
14-year run, but 2 years he was gone. Wow.
It's a good run. I mean,
back.
Surprised he lasts that long, honestly. So that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, I don't know if you could. I know some people are like bring him into AEW, but they're so loaded already. And unfortunately for him, I think he comes off as like a WWE like not jobber, but a WWE like mid card kind. Even though he was champ at one point, I don't think it's a good look for AEW to bring him in. Unfortunately,
I don't think they need him. I mean, and I'm kind of with you. I feel bad for him. Like I would be kind of happy. Well, what if they brought him as an agent or something? Or
yeah, I mean, I'd be happy for him. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I just they have so many people now. I mean, I don't think he would really stand out anywhere. But
I mean, we
I
still
don't
get
mind. That's
Jamie
fine.
Noble. He runs out and he's still an agent. And Hurricane, he's an agent there. So
Oh, you mean
could use him
WWE? What's weird,
Yeah.
WWE has so many agents that never like they didn't think we're good enough to wrestle there, but then they're like, well, you could be an agent though, like Petey Williams and Abyss, and you would think you would think a better agent for and I'm not saying to fire those guys, but you do think a better agent for WWE is someone who wrestled for WWE and knows like the style and what they're looking for, as opposed to people that never wrestled there.
Yeah.
Zion Quinn, which I was not familiar with, but he looks cool. He's a big dude. Up until just like the last couple of days, it was all like big non-white guys they were firing, which I thought was odd. But
maybe somebody pointed that out and they're like, we gotta
fire a white guy. Zia Lee, I wasn't familiar with either, but she looks pretty cool.
Oh, is that the Chinese girl?
She's big.
Yeah. I'm surprised they let go of her.
Yeah, she's
not like I loved her or anything, but they really put over how she was like the only Chinese athlete. I think that's how it went.
Sanga.
Sanga?
Yeah, I'm not sure who this guy is. I guess I could share pictures of these people. Hold on
Maybe I'd recognize them.
So I'm reading this from GameSpot.
That's where you get all your wrestling news.
Yeah. Well, they just happen to have a nice list. So he kind of looks like Big Bully Busick, but like a Middle Eastern Big Bully Busick. So we'll go up here to the top, though. So that's gender. Everyone knows gender. Zion Quinn. I've never seen him wrestle, but he does have a cool look.
Okay.
Zia Lee looks pretty big for Asian. Usually they're not really big, but maybe that's just the picture. I don't know.
I think that's
Sanga.
Yeah. Don't know him.
Veer. Another, so far, all
poor Veer.
Non-white folks here. Then they were like, we're looking back, so let's get rid of Von Wagner, who I have never seen, I can be honest, but I've heard like good things about, so it's kind of confused. I was surprised.
I'm not familiar with Von Wagner either.
I agree 100% with Golgo, something I've been saying forever, and I will never change my stance on this. If WWE wants to not re-sign guys after the contracts are up, fine, but obviously these contracts are one-sided if you can release anytime. Agree 100%, and I will say that forever. And also probably none of these people were like huge contracts, so they probably look nothing. Well, I don't
What
think
kind of
that's racist. Most Asian people aren't big. Most Asian people are small. You know,
what kind of cookies are they offering here?
for Von Wagner.
Yeah, they're wanting us to accept cookies.
Oh, except cookies. I'm not accepting them. And this was a surprise. This was a person I always
Mhm.
actually enjoyed when I used to watch NXT and been around forever. Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, it's a shame. I liked Cameron Grimes.
Got himself in a good shape. And
I liked him in Impact too when I was watching Impact. That's now known as TNA, if you didn't know.
yeah.
And he was good there too.
So there you
I'm
go.
trying to
I
remember
assume
his
there'll be
name
more.
from. Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name from Impact. Cameron Grimes. I forget it.
Grimy Cams.
He had a more serious type of character there. But Jinder Mahal being let go surprises me because I thought he was Randy Orton's guy. And I would think Orton still has some pull in WWE. Maybe TKO does not care.
Damn.
I don't know about that, Golgo. Maybe he isn't his guy anymore. Maybe he was like, Jinder, you have a bank account with your mom. Get out of here. You and your sharing a bank account with your mom. How dare you? What a piece of shit you are, Jinder. How could you share a bank account with your mother? Get out of my face! I don't even want to see you, Jinder Mahal, and your sharing ass bank account with your mom.
Damn. Intra's going all punk here. I am surprised.
Are you flipping your hair right now? Are you flipping your hair?
I am surprised you're not more of a Punk fan because you are a lot. You're always wanting to fight people and punch people that you don't like.
It's just a work, Jack.
Yeah,
Did you see the
you
Chris
probably sit there
Adams
like,
Dark
"Yeah,
Side of the
do it."
Ring?
No, I haven't watched any of them this year. I have to admit. So
They were like running down the whole like him like headbutting the pilot on a flight,
isn't that crazy?
and I was watching it with Juju, and I was like, shouldn't he be like in jail if he does something like that? I don't know if I believe some of these stories. And then like the very next scene, they're like, it shows the article where he's being locked up in
He's
jail, and I was like,
taking
oh
jail.
well, I guess he did. I was like, okay, I take it back. And the Chris Colt one I thought just sucked, honestly.
Really?
And I didn't think it was very good. I'll have to say that. I love the Dark Side of the Ring, but that was one of those sleeper episodes. I just didn't like the guy very much because like he was a drug abuser and just sounded like he had some really stupid ideas. They read like an excerpt from like one of his from his journal,
Mm-hmm.
and it was talking about him like he'd go to a drug house and pull out a fake badge and say, everybody, I got all the cops outside, and then grab all of the drugs and jump out the window. I was like, that just sounds like a stupid thing to do. And Cornette was putting the guy over. He was like, he's an innovator because he had music before anybody else did. And it's like, he's like dreaming that spiders are coming in the ring and stuff, like, because he's on LSD. And Cornette's like, if that guy was current day, Cornette would hate him to death. He would be like, he's unprofessional. He's on LSD when he's in the ring. He looks like a plumber, and he did look like a plumber.
Well, almost all the guys that Cornette talks about from like the Memphis and territory, they all look like bums. Like, and I don't really care. Like Dennis Condrey looks terrible. He's actually one of my favorite. Dennis Condrey, Bob Eaton is my favorite tag team of all time. But neither guy is like wow, this guy's a really great looking wrestler.
Well, John Brown
like
here.
you can't like saying Moxley is an
Mm-hmm.
emaciated plumber and be like, but Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton looked like movie stars.
Yeah. Like if I called for a plumber and Chris Colt showed up, I'm like, yeah, okay. This fits the role. He doesn't look like a professional wrestler at all. John Brown, though, he says here, I've heard people say the Chris Colt episode was one of the best ones. Maybe it's just me. Because I didn't respect this guy. I thought he kind of sounded like an idiot. And I'm not like a drug user or anything like that. So maybe it's just my personal feelings. And this episode was good. I didn't personally care for it. I thought it was one of the worst episodes. So check it out for yourself. Maybe I'm wrong. I love the Dark Side of the Ring guys. I mean, they helped us out, using portion of the show.
I agree with this 100%, John. Cornette loves Punk, and he looks like, and Punk looks like a line cook. So I remember when it was Punk and Moxley in the ring, and I listened to a Cornette clip, and he was like, there's two guys in the ring. One looks like a plumber, and one looks like this, like stuff. And I'm like, well, which one? Like they're actually Moxley's probably bigger and was probably a little bit in better shape at that point than Punk. And both of them are kind of similar look, like kind of grungy, like neither of them are wearing like great clothes, and they look like just kind of like ruffians or something. They're very similar look. And so I was just like, I mean, that just shows your clear bias if you're at that point saying like this one guy looks like a plumber, one guy looks like a movie star.
Baby Steak Ass Master 420 says, "Hey, I'm a line cook." Oh,
and a very
well. You look unusual to be a line cook. You look like a star.
Put a hairnet on that hippie. I don't want no blonde hair in my shepherd's pie. Does he have to wear a hairnet with that long hair?
What's this about, Gogo 13? He says, if Punk goes to Saudi, he should apologize to Miz in front of the whole WWE locker room.
Because he talked about Miz like sucking the Blood Money's cock or something on Twitter that time.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you may have to eat those words. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to get him.
Even though they're doing those shows, maybe I don't know if they're mandatory. So we'll see though. I would lose respect for him if he goes there.
Do you think the Saudi Prince is going to be like? So
doesn't seem like a guy he would be into. I don't know, but maybe he is. What do I know?
The Saudi Prince.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I never would have figured he'd be into like Yokozuna. but apparently Yokozuna is like one of his favorite dudes.
Yeah, I don't know.
He likes him so much he wants him resurrected.
You think we could get the Saudi Prince on the show?
I don't know if I could participate in that show.
This is true. Although I don't think Rock's ever done them, but who knows? Maybe you won't know. Everyone sucks the Saudi sauce. Like that was a little odd to me. Punk told I just need to get the exact quote here. Punk told Miz to suck a blood money covered dick.
Oh my goodness.
I had to wear a beard net once. I shaved my beard off that night. Hard to get girls with a beard net. Well, you could take it off though, right?
Yeah.
Or do they sew it on your
Jack, face? How much blood money would it take for DJ Curly Bear to go to Saudi Arabia?
I wouldn't do it.
People.
I say this stuff, then people say you lie, whatever. Someone tried to buy Without Your Head, and I didn't even ask for an offer or anything. It's like I don't want to do it. If I don't want to do something, I just wouldn't do it. Now, if I was like destitute or something, then maybe things would be different. But none of these people are. I mean, maybe most of these people aren't. like Undertaker's like a loaded dude. Did he have to go there? No. I mean, whatever. I don't know. Whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
So should we take Zooms?
Zooms. They can no. They were going to stream in, wasn't it? Wasn't that the word they were
Streamers,
going
they're
with?
gonna stream into the show, ain't you?
We gotta erase this whole zoomed in thing. I don't like it. I'm starting to be like Vince McMahon. No more use of the Zoom. If you
Who's
say it, you're
zooming
going to
who?
get fined. You're going to get fined
I like it.
4 heady bucks.
Whoa, the heady box.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't be a bitch out there, people. Help out the show. Join the Headyverse or Venmo Headyverse, or super chat some money. Help us help support the show. And let me get the link here, and we will share it to the fine folks.
Jonathan Jackson says Zoom is dead like Java, but why is Java always asking for updates? It's like,
Damn.
update me. Update me. I need updated. Just like yesterday, I need it updated. Update me again.
Here's the new poster for a movie I'm working on. Arbor Day. It's pretty rock.
What's with the nunchucks? Is he a nunchuck?
That's
master?
how I fucking battle the demon trees with nunchucks.
Oh.
Fucking beat
Is
the tree.
the trees like the ones in Evil Dead?
You have to wait and see. Maybe they'll they weren't trees, those were vines.
That doesn't have to do it with my cameo, does it?
That'd be pretty rocking.
I think I changed my answer. If that's what
That'd
my
be
cameo
awesome.
is.
That's one of the hottest scenes in movie history.
Go out in the woods and have yourself get raped by with the trees.
Paul is going to hire that guy that played Andre Hart the Giant. The Slotty Prince will love it. That'd be awesome.
My name is Andre Emotional. What happened to that film? We need a copy of Andre Hart of the Giant.
I know. I actually contacted Johnny. What is his name? Hollywood. I found him on Facebook, and he actually replied to me. But I never. I got to get back to that. Maybe we can set it up.
We need Andre Hart of the Giant. Pronto.
Andre Hart of the Giant. I can't stay up super late tonight. I'm going away in the morning, so I don't want to be up till
take
like
me
3 or
away.
4.
Coming to take me away. Ha ha. Hee hee ha ha to the funny farm. You want to hit a man with glasses, would you?
Is that why you got those? Just so I stop beating that ass?
Yes. I'll come up later in the show, Co says.
Would that be a good gimmick in wrestling? Someone they put their glasses on in the middle of the match so they don't get hit anymore.
They're just like, you can't hit me. What have they made them get, like the athletic pair of glasses, like that go around the head and everything? Mm-hmm. Like, can they wrestle with those?
I don't know. Oh, I forgot to message Deadman before we went live. I'm sorry, Deadman. Yes, he says. Yes. Well, let's get to these questions, Incher. Questions
no
from
stream, no Zoom, nobody's streaming in.
They're like, fuck these assholes. Here we go.
I see how you all are. There we go. We can count on baby.
Sorry. Damn it.
20.
Sorry.
What's going on? Bruce.
What's your favorite dish to prepare while you're a line cook?
I don't know. Lately, I like cooking like steaks and meat and things.
Oh, I messed up the steaks today. Now was I in the wrong? I think I left the grill down a little low because I was waiting for it to get like the potatoes to be done because I had about like 15 minutes or so. and it came out a little tough. Was it the cut of meat or was it me? I think it probably was me.
Was it like still pink in the middle?
No, entry too is like as well done as can be.
I'm pretty well done, but like my dad even complained about his, which wasn't on as long. But
what I do, what I do is like cook it for a while, and like before you think it's really done, take it off like right before, and then just let it sit there for a while.
Well, you want the meat to rest, and then it's going to continue to cook because of the heat of it.
Indeed, but if you take it off too late, then it'll just like cook more, and then it'll be like leathery.
You want to get that nice sear on it, and sure, if you're grilling it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I sear a steak, and then I just throw it in an oven. And then you can control the cookiness of it better.
Bring it up to temp.
Start at 350.
Normally I do good, but today I did kind of cook them at a lower temperature, and I think.
Biatch! What kind of cut of meat was it? Were you grilling like London broil?
I think it was just a strip. I think it was just strip steak, like a New York strip.
That's a good cut.
Those are yummy.
Those are good, but I
my favorite thing.
Today.
Oh, it's my favorite thing to eat at restaurants though is like, I'll like sometimes when I was like in my 20s, I'd cut a pizza and then just cut a strip out the center, and then just kind of push the pizza together and then eat the strip. It's good.
I've seen people do that hack.
What the hell?
They get a slice of pizza.
Yeah. A pencil-sized piece of pizza. It's good.
Take the middle of it. Has anybody complained about one of your blonde hairs being in their meal?
Somebody's been like,
or any of your pubes.
Like, they couldn't stop pulling the hair out of their food because it was so long.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Really?
Yeah, it was a server who came back. But it was like,
that ass.
At least I didn't have to deal with the customer. Like, fuck that.
What was it? What dish was it?
Probably like scalloped potatoes or something.
Scalloped potatoes.
It was something creamy and chunky.
Yeah, I got something creamy for sure.
I have like eaten hair from like a Chinese place.
Fuck?
Like
hair.
Like
you order it?
It'll be in like my sweet and sour
hair.
chicken. No, I don't order it, but it's in there.
Can I have the hair fried rice, please?
And I just continue eating. I'm just like, what the fuck am I going to do? I've already had it in my mouth. Who cares? I'm hungry. I need to eat.
Yeah, I remember you said something similar when we were at the Fan Fest. You're like, it's already in my mouth. Whatever.
Might as well fucking eat it.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't like if I seen it beforehand. I wouldn't just like put it in there. But it's like whatever. I've already had it in my mouth. So I mean, how much worse can it be? You know, if it goes through
like
my
a turd?
I do get rid of the hair, but I mean, it sucks. But if it was a turd,
I thought maybe you just kept chewing the hair.
No, I get rid of the hair, but like I'll finish it just because it's like, what the hell? What does it matter now? You know, it's upsetting, but what can you do?
Lexar, you ever find hair or turd in your food? Or a hairy turd in your food?
This one time I had macaroni and cheese and found like a clump of hair.
Dang,
clump. I was hoping for a clump. I was going to mention clumps of hair. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I had that clump of hair that was in my KFC. Everybody remembers that one. Like I had the picture of it where it had like a big hairball just like stuck in the chicken. And I didn't eat that because I seen it beforehand.
Was it like they were cleaning out their comb and it fell in the batter or something?
Yeah, I have no idea. It looked like they just like they were breading it and they dropped it on the floor and they just threw it right in the deep fry. Like it probably hit like a big hair clump that was on the floor and they're like whatever.
It might have been a dog dingleberry.
That's
the hair that kept it on the dog's ass.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Damn. Did it have all 14 herbs and spices in the hair?
It must have. And then when I tried to claim my free meal from the place, they're like, "Oh, somebody already claimed it." I was like, "What the hell?" It's like,
What a bunch
You
of shit.
can't keep track of all the hair they're feeding people.
I worked at a place that they just had a list on a clipboard, and people would steal other people's names.
yeah, I think that's what they did to mine because I came in trying to claim it, and they're like, "Somebody already claimed it." And I'm like, "What?"
Oh my god! Somebody probably just marked off the wrong line on the list.
Because I wasn't so keen to just go there right after I got a big hairball in my chicken. So I kind of waited a while before I went to go claim my free meal. And then I was kind of low on money one day, and I said, screw it, let's go get that free meal.
Hell
And
yeah.
they're like, somebody else already claimed it. It's already been claimed. I'm like, what the hell? I kind of thought it was like an in your head listener at first. I thought somebody from the show went and fucking claimed my meal. And then I kind of thought about it. I was like, that's not very likely somebody did that.
Someone just traveling through West Virginia, just like just snipes it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Steven Simmons or something.
There was a guy that listened to the show that was in Huntington, and he was like wanting to meet up at the library. And I kept trying. I said, "Yeah, I'll meet you." And like I kept setting it up, but he would never show up.
Damn.
Yeah.
He
His name
wanted
was like
like
Anthony
sexual
or something
things.
like that. No, I don't think he wanted anything sexual.
Was it a Tinder date?
Now, if it was Goosey, I'd be like, well, how far do I have to travel to get to
He's
you?
got a text from Jammin' Johnny Hayes, and he says if anyone super chats $20 during the show, he will record a song about them or a subject of their choice.
Man, do I have $20?
Yeah,
I need a Baby Snake Ass Master song
that's pretty freaking rocking there.
for one of my videos. Wow, I'll
what's
save my
on-
money.
Well, it will help out the Headyverse. What's on your mind, Sexy Lexi?
Well, I want to update everybody on this TNA app. It's not really an app. It's just a channel on the Zumo app. So that's how I found out. It's a Zumo app on my smart
Zumo?
TV. And it has like posts of tons
like
of
Yokozuna?
channels there.
Like wrestling?
No, Zumo, XUMO. So it's just like a bunch of, there's like free TV and movies on there. It's like a shitload. It's like having another cable service, but it's like for free. But it has like lots of news, entertainment channels, movie channels, horror movies, comedy stand-up specials, reality TV,
And all you watch on
cooking
is TNA
shows.
24/7?
No, there's other stuff. There's other wrestling too. They even have OVW on there.
Oh man.
Yeah, and Al Snow is the commissioner.
I can
Al
see.
Snow looks very old now. He looks like I barely recognized
He is
him
old.
until
I
he
mean,
like.
people age, but he
Yeah,
looks in
He
amazing
is pretty
shape.
old. He did get in really good. He's been in the best shape, like in his like 50s, than he's ever been. I think.
Yeah, so they have current OVW, and they have this like wrestling syndicate from Canada, up near where Butler lives.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I think Stevens totally just dropped out on the Raw report. We got John Brown here. He says
No, his
His
wife is.
I think he's just like he's big timing us. He's like the Raw report is just too big for this shit. Now it's just its own show.
No, his wife is just controlling him. It's like that. He probably turning on the computer, and his wife says, "What are you going to do? You're going to talk to those losers in your head and say, yeah, I
I
have to
think
do my
we need to
report."
go
And
up
she said,
there
"Nope."
and show his wife a thing or two. Be like, hey, lady,
But looky here,
you
bitch.
gotta start listening to your man.
I'm making a
Go
timestamp
in
of this,
the
and I'm gonna make a
kitchen.
video of this part.
Make some poutine.
Jack's going to go up there like Mr. Small and like, let me.
1 hour 44.
Exactly. Be like, you ain't supposed to tell the man of the house what to do.
Keep rolling.
Gotta get in there, get the maple syrup going, make some breakfast.
Yeah, but she makes the rules now, so I guess you're not gonna talk to those
Are you saying
jackasses.
you
You're gonna
you
come to
saying
my
that
bed.
Steven's wife wears the pants in the house and
You're gonna
Steven's the
rub
twerp?
my feet. We're gonna watch The View. I'm not sure if they have The View in Canada, but then we're gonna watch
They have
reruns
feet
of You
in
Can't Do
Canada?
That on Television. Then we're gonna watch reruns of You Can't Do That on Television.
I love that show.
I remember watching that show and thinking this seems like a really good show, and then I'd be like, this show kind of sucks.
Are you saying that his new name is Pussy Whoop Butler?
I don't know. That's the show.
You're going to get slimed. Yeah.
I know.
We got Ryback
Oh.
in the house. Hell yeah.
Feed
Ryback!
me more.
Ryback, you got to come on the show here. Let us know what's
Oh
up.
man.
Whoa, the real Ryback?
With us, Ryback.
Dude, that's a
I
real
agreed with him for
that's a
once.
real Ryback? Holy shit.
Feed
I
me
watched
more.
Ryback eat the whole cantina menu last week live.
Really?
Come on, Ryback. I want to talk about it with you.
Oh,
What
the
is-
Taco Bell one. Yeah. I haven't had those.
So
I like
what?
chili
Oh, go on,
cheese
sorry.
burrito. You like the chili cheese burrito, Jack?
I've never had one, I don't think.
They're pretty good. You've
I've
had
only-
them, Goosey, haven't you?
I bet chili cheese burrito pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
I've only been to Taco Bell when I was at a convention festival last year. That was the first time I had been to one in probably 15 years.
Mm.
How did it change?
I don't know. I mean, I've never really been.
Oh, that was in Columbus. That was the year bitching about it. You're like, we had to go to Taco Bell.
Yeah, well, it did suck. Like, and I'm out in another state. I want to go to fucking Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Should have
And
went
it
to
was
White
so
Castle.
big. Yet it took like 45 minutes because it was in a college town. It was friggin' packed with these college kids. Order a friggin' burrito. And you gotta wait like almost an hour. Like, good lord.
Were there hot girls there?
I guess. What are you gonna just start? What you gonna whip it out and start jerking off in the Taco Bell?
Lex saw the girls and Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Just give it the old Latin Lexar.
Hey Bruce, when you're a line cook and you're making a meal, did you see like ever look over and see a guy like Lexar jerking it in the restaurant?
I've never seen a penis in a kitchen before,
Oh, okay.
even my own. But yeah, so no, not that one. But I've seen some effed up stuff.
You ever see a penis in the kitchen, Incher?
No, but I did try to get funky with the chocolate waterfall at the
Really?
Whoa.
Want to see what it's like to have a black wiener?
You think it was poop?
Oh my
Hey,
god!
look, I got a BBC.
I was thinking chocolate covered. I wasn't thinking that.
Oh my god!
Now I'm sorry.
Like a
everyone.
strawberry. Oh my god!
What kind of sexual act would you do in a chocolate water fountain, Lexa?
Oh, there's so many options. I guess the old like you use since in the chocolate fall, you probably like you smear chocolate all over the bodies, all over the breast and like the butts and like lick it off. Oh,
You should bring like a bottle of Hershey's chocolate next time you go to the strip club.
Oh my god!
Get your lap
Get
dance
pinky
and
for
start
that
squirting
20
it
bucks,
over.
man.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Like
Yeah,
that
dude.
really should be a new subgenre of porn. Is like the exotic chocolate waterfall.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah,
The girls just step out of it.
Maybe you should start
Covered.
start a new business.
Yeah, I mean, I got some ideas from that whole Chris Cold episode. they're like when they start talking about his films, the one guy who like produced the films, he was like, wrestling is like softcore porn for gay guys. I was like, oh, I never thought about this. And he was like, he's talking about how great Hulk Hogan was. He was all about
Damn.
Hulk Hogan.
It's like we got Ryback zooming in here.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, feed me more.
Tyler said this got so horny so fast. I'm hard.
I've been typing into Ryback. I think I've been calling him like a piece of shit on his live cast and
Damn,
stuff.
that's not very
I
nice.
hopefully no,
He's right here.
in a good natured way.
That's how
In
I
a
talk to
good
him.
natured way.
He never accepts it when I say it's in a good natured way. No, I've never called him a piece of shit, actually.
No, I think I said he looked like a turd. Not that he's a piece of something. I don't know. Just goofing. Joking.
What's on your mind, Goosey? Goose is loose. Bruce and the Goosey. That's going to be their new In Your Head Buddy cop film.
That'd be fun.
Not much. I really didn't watch wrestling this week. I mean, I tuned into some of the pay-per-view. I thought the Danielson match was obviously really good. Cool to see Swerve, getting his just due. Although I don't know if Joe was hurt or not, but 7-minute match was kind of weird to me. I thought they would have went a little longer.
It was long. It was like 17 minutes, I think.
I thought it was it felt like it was 7.
No, I think it was 17 minutes.
Yeah, it's a fairly long match. I'd say 17 is probably where it was.
Maybe it's because I was just so worn out the rest of the show. But yeah, pretty cool. Good to see Jack Perry back. We'll see where that goes.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah, the rest of the card was kind of forgetful to me. I'm not a big fan of this whole pump Willow up to have her lose the Met belt in 2 months. I mean, she's not beating Mercedes.
I mean, I think it's done a lot for her, though. I mean, this is the highest profile she's ever been.
Not a big fan of the trios stuff. There's a downfall I have about TNA is they book Jay White just so poorly. That
AEW, yeah, I don't think he's been used too well, but I like the unification of the trios belts.
Boy, Max Caster was really like buried.
That's pretty awesome.
To get just because I think he knew he's dropping the belts. He was like,
yeah, Max Caster might have gotten fined for that.
Like even after the whole rap was over, he was like, "No, give me the mic again."
With the Vince stuff going around,
I thought that was great.
I thought it was funny, but I was just like, I think he's like pissed about losing the belts. It does kind of suck. Imagine if you bought like that scissor belt and like then they've already lost.
Yeah, but I mean that's like all those belts. I mean they're never going to stay around forever.
Yeah. Enter 8, the chocolate waterfall, and then the chocolate waterfall came out of his ass. Hashtag the WV. What the hell? What you paid him to post that in the chat, didn't you, Jack?
I did not. In fact, I didn't even put it up for a while. And then he was calling me out. He's like, Jack was no selling my joke. So then I was kind of forced to put it up.
Silent but deadly. Just came out of nowhere.
Since we don't get a Raw report anymore, I will say Becky Lynch is your new champion last night, which, I mean,
there you go, Goosey.
Report. Good for her.
I'm good with this. I see people bitching about it. I'm fine with it. She's
I think Ryback wants to
over
do
women, and I think the internet's like obsessed with like everyone getting a chance to be the champion, and I don't think that's great. I think if the internet was around back in like the 80s, he'd be like, we got to get the belt off Hogan and get it on Greg Valentine, and like everyone gets the run with the title. But I'm good with it. Plus, it's a battle royal.
Yeah,
and they needed someone new as champ because Rhea lost it. Just some new person winning a battle royal isn't really going to help them out a lot. So you put it on someone established. And when she loses it, that's going to help whoever beats her a lot more because you're beating Becky Lynch, one of the main stars of the company.
I just think it would have made more sense storyline progression wise to have Liv win it, but
I like Liv too. But I know Becky's got the book out and stuff. I think it makes sense.
I mean, obviously, you're not going to have like fucking Nia Jax or Chelsea Green win it. That just doesn't make any sense. But
we got Percy Ogg, 91. Hello, fellas. Greetings from Brazil. I'm a big Goldberg fan.
Former guest on the show.
I used to work in a Brazilian restaurant. Hello.
I went to Brazilian Grill last night with my brother.
Oh, sweet.
Pretty awesome.
Old Billy Goldberg is in the news this week. He said that TNA's too fucking goofy for him to go.
They're too cheesy. But it's like, isn't wrestling itself pretty cheesy? He was in I mean, I love WCW, but it had a lot of cheesy stuff in it.
He was
Not
in
when
WWE
Ryback was
in the
wrestling.
mid-2000s.
Ryback says not when he was wrestling. So, Ryback, did you want to do a Ryback report?
Oh yeah, newsflash: Vincent McMahon is gone.
What? Holy shit! Ryback's breaking news. Vince McMahon is out of the WWE, Lexar.
Yeah, he heard I was returning and he tucked tail and ran.
Damn! I heard I heard that his lawyer put out an intro. He said, if he didn't shit, you must have quit.
Oh. How are they going to prove if he shit or not, though?
If on her head he didn't shit, that man, you must have quit.
I'm trying to think of the lawyers' names. I can't think.
Brody must be town.
How's it going, Ludite? You look very happy.
I have no idea about. I make fake faces watching the playoffs while I listen to you. I can stop talking here, but you might see me make like weird, like, oh, that's my team's close.
Okay, cool.
Percy said, do you guys remember the movie Ready to Rumble? Of course. One of Intra's all-time favorites. He's got it in his top 10.
Where they drive around the shit truck. It's a good.
Do they?
They're like eating sandwiches. Yeah, they suck out porta potties.
What the hell?
That's their job. And then they're eating with shit on their hands. It's hilarious. Yeah.
I don't remember this.
They always went to class.
Very classy film.
Which is a better movie about wrestling, Ready to Rumble or The Wrestler?
The wrestler's kind of depressing, so
for realism, I think The Wrestler is a good movie, but for comedy, Ready to Rumble.
Hey, look, Ryback's eating some fries.
Hell yeah, Ryback, you got some fries there?
Because I'm ready to rumble.
Damn, he's ready to rumble. Hell
yeah. He did make a McDonald's video, I think, today.
Goosey's got him some wings. He's making me hungry. Where'd you get your wings? I make him talk with his fingers all saucy. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings does have good wings.
Do you like the Buffalo Wild Wings new tagline for their commercial ads?
Well, what is it?
I'll let you, Goosey, tell it.
You like super hot wings, Inter?
No, not really. I thought we've established this on the show.
B-Dubs has the new golden fire wings.
No,
pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I'm not a big spice fan. Jack will probably like them.
Yeah, like
it tastes like a hot. I don't know if you've ever had Chick-fil-A sauce.
That's the new tagline. It's pretty fucking good.
The Polynesian sauce.
Are we ever
Don't choke on the bones.
Yep. Are we ever going to find out what this tagline is? There any hair in the wings?
Fluffy the cat, was that you?
What is the tagline, Lexar? You can't bring it up and then not even tell us what it is.
It's a chant. Let's go sports bar.
What?
That's what it is.
Ryback.
It's been that for like 6 months or so.
Ryback
something.
likes it.
You know what's good
It's
at
good.
Buffalo Wild Wings? You can get, so they've got the sauces and then they also have the dry rubs. If you get if you get the dry rubs on the fries.
Sometimes I have the dry rub, but it just seems I'm tired.
You always gotta rub your meat into before you pull your pork.
You have to drizzle it with some kind of lubricant sauce.
Yeah, but
oil.
no, they get instead of salt in the fries, you get them with the dry rub, like barbecue dry rub, whatever.
Mhm.
Like
I
ice
recommend
cream
it.
sauce.
Now, before John dry rubs it to death, like add some sauce.
Talk about dry rubbing a lot.
He's an expert.
Yep.
I don't know what you speak of. You talking to Johnny Cakes? Is that who you're talking to?
Oh, actually, that does remind me. It has nothing to do with anything we're talking about, but I have something here to share with all you fine folks. I've not watched this yet myself. Let me get it up. Meaning my penis. No. Let me get this video here. Let's see here.
Is this another like remix to one of those songs that you
It
do?
might be, bitch. What if it is, bitch? You'll sit there and love it, bitch. Anything about that? All right, let me get it ready here. No, it's from your boy here. Man, you broke bread with, you hung out with in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, Nikhil
Benjamin
Callahan,
Franklin?
my boy,
Exactly.
my boy. No, Rocky, the Rocky statue.
Hell yeah!
Hold on. We're
Put fries in the Rocky statue's hands.
no, be quiet because he's very low.
Pizza joint, which was second best in.
Hold
New
on.
York.
He told me he split this into two, but he only sent me one video. He's like, "Can I send you a video?" And he's like, "I had to split it into two. Here's the second part," but he never sent me the first part.
What a liar.
Let me make sure it's not here on my Facebook.
I need to look up some Ryback quotes.
Oh yes, there's two on my phone, but there's only one on my Facebook. Hold on, let me see if I can get this to work.
Oh, look how cute Nikhil was. That was him.
I don't want to show all those private, talking. Maybe things get steamy or something.
Yeah, that's true.
What if it showed there and we were like just talking about like murder and injure?
I'd hire a lawyer if I were insured, if that happened.
Could you sue somebody for talking about wanting to
murdering you? Oh, yeah.
Probably. I'd say you could get some money out of that.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh,
like
here
if Paul Heyman wanted to, could he sue Tommy Dreamer for talking about wanting to murder him?
Was that in a match?
No, Tommy Dreamer said he was.
I'm not
he
sure
said
what
he was thinking about shooting him or something, but I guess they're cool now because he was hugging him at the Hall of Fame.
I'm not sure which is part one and part two here.
Tommy would just say, "Take it out of the money you already owe me."
Mm-hmm. You got a 50-50 shot. Which one's it is?
I got it now. Give me one second here. I hear a cat meowing.
It's Ryback's cat.
That's not me.
Ryback.
I have literally not watched Ryback videos for like years, but I have watched like 10 of them in the last 2 days.
Man,
So it's weird that Ryback actually called in today.
Yeah, we got Ryback and the Rymark.
Have you read my comments about you, Ryback? Because I'm sorry. They were really bad, but...
Look at Baby Snake Master 420 fold.
No, I'm going to double down in just 1 second. Don't worry.
I don't read comments. Those are from Marks.
Sounds like Ryback. Sounds
All
like
right, here
him.
we go. All right, gotta be quiet because he's very low. He's a whisperer.
Hi all, just want to document my trip to America, WrestleMania. Arrived there on the Wednesday. It was raining, horrible weather. Had Philly cheesecake for dinner. Thursday went to the World. It was at the convention center in downtown.
You went to the whole
Philly.
world?
Really, a lot of things you could see, attires, belts, etc. Waited for the Rock for about an hour and a half. He didn't come out. And when I went to the toilet, who runs
went to
into
a
me?
toilet?
Who was running? Lexar. It's great to meet Lexar.
He met you in the toilet?
Pictures. It was really I had no Wi-Fi, so it was really.
Did he give you a lap dance?
I'm glad I bumped into him. Thursday night went
Did
to
Jackie off?
went to the Rocky statue.
The
Still not
bathroom?
seen Rocky. I still had a picture with the statue, which was cool. Thursday went to Wale Mania. People like the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley were there. It was pretty cool. Friday went to WrestleCon, met Tony Schiavone. Really nice guy. Spoke a couple of minutes to him. Really, really nice. Kind of walked around. Went to the Liberty Bell. Friday night went to ROH. Actually left it early. It wasn't really that fun. I probably should have gone SmackDown. Saturday went to NXT. We were sitting by the ramp, so we had really good seats. Yeah, it was good. Wells Fargo Center is in the same car park as the stadium WrestleMania's in, so it was pretty cool. Bought a CM Punk t-shirt from the World, wore that. It was really, really, really cold on Saturday night one, so it wasn't that enjoyable.
You got a man
I was
up.
kind of right. I was on the third tier. So yeah, it wasn't the best experience. Second day went to What Culture Q&A. They're a British podcast.
Is he wearing the shirt Lexar gave him?
Went to that.
They're wearing matching shirts.
Much more enjoyable, warmer, and
Is
we were
there a
actually
state on it?
much closer to the ring.
It's a cute couple.
Wasn't happy with the result, but it is what it is. Funny enough, Undertaker was like sitting behind us in the VIP boxes. We could see him, and he was like chanting. So to see him there was fucking hell, rather stone cold, but it is what it is.
Dang.
So yeah,
fucking
Monday
burying the
went to New
Undertaker.
York, got an Uber there. I've been to New York before, just walking around. So Tuesday did Brooklyn and Queens. Went to my first NBA game.
Did you smell Tazo's cock out?
Hi all, just want to document my trip to America.
All right, let me get the next part up here.
Part 2.
That was part 1. Now we're gonna get ready to part 2 here.
Yes,
why didn't
he
he
is
meet
recording it
Tazo?
in the library.
Right back is amused.
McNeil takes Manhattan.
How come Lexar and Tazo never hang out? They're not very far from each other, I don't think.
Tazo's a druggie. He likes to smoke weed over in Brooklyn.
Damn.
Went to a pizza joint, which was second best in New York. Walked like Central Park.
Why didn't you go the best
went
one?
on One World Trade Center, which was
He didn't want it to be too
the
good.
museum. Went where Seinfeld
For next time, he'll go
was
do the
born,
best
went to Harlem. Went to Soho, obviously downtown district, Manhattan.
You went all the way back to London, and then we came back.
My second time there, but just did it a bit more. And then Friday, I flew to Miami from JFK, which was pretty cool. I went to Miami. I went to the Canaan chicken shop that you guys were talking about. It was really nice. I went to Applebee's for the first time in New York.
Good
Times Square,
Lord.
which was cool.
Fucking food.
And yeah,
Needs
just
to
kind
go
of
to
partied in Miami
Applebee's.
from Friday to Tuesday, and I arrived back in London Wednesday morning. Great trip. America.
They have
cost a lot of
Applebee's
money,
in London.
Always worth it. I love going to America.
Yeah,
I'll
but
be
it's an American
next
Applebee's.
year. Vegas for my cousin's stag, and then the year after.
Jeez.
Maybe I'll do WrestleMania again. but I'll
Loaded. Why
also
come
be
he
there for
never
the World Cup as
gives anything to the Headyverse here?
Not sure if I'm going to do WrestleMania in Minneapolis. If it is next year, we try and do it every 2 years. But yeah, overall, I had a fucking great trip to America. 3 cities, did lots, spent lots of memories, lots of pictures, and well worth it. And yeah, thank you for everyone for listening. And
Yeah, I love Nikhil. He's a good guy. I met him in London. Good dude. No, he's a
Glad
good
he
guy.
had a good trip.
Okay.
It
Now I have
sounds like He was eating good in the neighborhood, Jack.
Fuck Applebee's. Good lord.
Applebee's.
They should visit Ryback's merch table next time.
Hell yeah.
There he is.
Nikhil was living that life, though, as they say in the
Okay.
street. So.
Oh yeah, living that life, going to Applebee's.
I went to
awesome.
Miami for Applebee's too. So he went to Miami
Fuck.
Applebee's.
Of all the things to do, you're gonna fly across the world to go to Applebee's?
He should have went to Waffle House.
Oh, Hooters.
Hell yeah.
Let's go to Hooters.
On the
I don't think
beach.
they have Hooters in England.
How about go someplace good?
Yeah,
Hooters.
probably.
Or IHOP. How about an IHOP?
IHOP!
Waffle House is better than IHOP.
Jesus.
They don't probably have Waffle House in New York City, though. That'd be a terror place. That'd be crazy.
What do you
go
get at
to
the
Denny's.
Applebee's, Incher? You get some dipping chicken or something?
Last time I went to
Riblets?
Applebee's, I got some boneless
Toronto
buffalo
Stevie.
wings. The boneless
Whoa.
wings.
Man, Stevie's back. Incher was just trashing you and your wife.
No, I wasn't.
No, I don't have the
was,
timestamp or anything.
That was
Hi,
Jackie
Steven.
Jones.
Hey,
Stevie! I'm not.
so
What's up?
in your head wrestling radio, what do you want to talk about?
Did you break
Steven.
Did you break free
Nobody.
from those chains from your wifey there?
Nobody uses Cody Rhodes' line on my show.
Wait a minute.
Can we, after our 2 hours, or 2 hour wait, let's get to the Raw report.
No, fucking Incher. Raw report.
I know you'd love it, Incher. Yeah. Well, we should iron out this Raw report before my wife wakes up.
She gets the hatchet.
He's coming in to dock it in, baby. He's docking
Yeah,
it in.
the pill's gonna wear off in 50 minutes. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
That's sick.
We'll do it up.
So Monday Night Raw comes to you from Columbus, Ohio. You know,
Jack's been there. He hated it.
And we
He hated
had-
to go to the Taco Bell.
I flew across the world to go to Taco Bell.
and so we had a very old Michael Cole and Pat McAfee standing in the middle of the ring.
Poor Michael Cole getting
Michael
fucking
Cole looks old.
age shamed here.
Yeah.
Mhm. He is old.
So basically, they're hyping up what I think is a very bad idea for a main event, but nonetheless, it's a battle royal for the new women's title. Since last week, Rhea Ripley had to give it up due to injury.
Give it up.
So I hate this idea. I'll tell you straight up, I hate the idea of deciding your champion in a battle royal.
Yeah.
It's
It's not like they really want it. It's just like, they just throw people out.
yeah. I mean, it did nothing for Gail Kim. I think they had a battle royal to crown her a champion, and she was gone and back to Impact Wrestling soon afterwards. So they're hyping that up, and then Jey Uso comes out, and he cuts a promo and only gets a few sentences out before Damian Priest comes out, and this was like, well, Damian Priest cuts a real babyface promo. I thought he and Jey Uso chatting again. I'm not a fan of this. They're just standing in the ring yakking at each other. But it was a real it wasn't your typical heel promo from a champion. But they come out and they basically chat, and Damian Priest cuts his promo about how he went and had an encounter with Jey Uso, and they admitted they were the next champions. But then, in my opinion, I think Jay started to go. His promo almost seemed like a heel promo on Jey Uso on Damian Priest, because he was talking about, Damian, the only reason you're champion is because Rhea Ripley got hurt. I don't know, maybe it was his cadence, his tone of voice, whatever, but he almost sounded, he's more heelish than Damian Priest.
Stupid.
Well, actually, yeah, it is kind of stupid. So, we're going to hear from heel Chad Gable. Again, this made me laugh last week when Chad Gable turned heel on Sami Zayn. And we're going to get your opening match of the night. DIY, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano taking on Awesome Truth. Babyface versus babyface tag team match. Great match. I mean, I enjoyed it. The Awesome Truth has this new finisher, which is kind of like a flatliner, skull crushing finale combination. And they basically pinned, I think it was Tommaso Ciampa on this one. And afterwards, everybody wanted to shake hands except Tommaso Ciampa, who was not having any of it. So, retaining the title, Awesome Truth. We get a Judgment Day Clubhouse segment. We get Damian Priest is giving orders to the jobbers of the team, saying, take care of your business. But I think Dominic is in a sling, so like he can't wrestle. So that he's asked Santos Escobar to come over from SmackDown to be in a tag team match with JD McDonough. Coming back from the commercial. Okay. So we get Gunther. Zalfing General Gunther comes down with his henchman, and he basically says, I know you're expecting me to talk about losing the Intercontinental title, but I guess he's moved on, and he's announced he's going to be taking part in the upcoming King of the Ring tournament. I don't know. I certainly hope he doesn't become King Gunther, because I think that would make him almost like a joke. Like Gunther wearing a crown and a robe, I think would he become a comic book character or comedy character?
Well, I don't think they would make him wear the robe all the time.
No, but I mean, look what happened with Booker T became a comedy character. Sheamus became a comedy character. Baron Corbin became a comedy character. He certainly would be a favorite. But basically, he announces he's going to be in the King of the Ring tournament. But then this brings out the New Day. And this was really bad. Like, I guess the whole New Day shtick is kind of like enough already.
You don't want any more New Day?
Well, the shtick is this was really bad. Like, basically, Xavier Woods came out basically to say that he was the defending King of the Ring, and he's going to enter it in again. And I just thought that, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just bored by them, but anyway. And they wanted to renew their feud with the Henchmen. So we get a tag team match of Imperium versus the New Day. But this really wasn't the story of the match. The story of the match was the New Day winning. And you could see this coming from a mile away after we had the Italian guy, Giovanni.
Yeah.
He's like dead on the ring, dead on in the mat, and Ludwig's coming to comfort him and pick him up and say, "Oh no, don't worry, everything's fine." But then you see Gunther. He's got his scowl on his face. He's walking away, and Ludwig actually got out of the ring first, and he's waiting for Giovanni. Giovanni comes down, and you could see this coming from a mile away. I don't know whether it was just the look on Ludwig's face or his posture, but he just destroyed this man, and I thought this was great. He beats him up. I think he kicked him, threw him into the head first into the ring post, and then threw him. I think he threw him into the stairs. Ludwig just crumpled on the stairs, and that's when all the security guys came. You thought it was over. Ludwig was going up the rampway. It was all over. And then he breaks away from the security guys, runs around the ring, and drop kicks Giovanni right in the head.
Bam! Yeah!
And Giovanni sold this nicely. The camera focused in on his expression, like the lights were on and no one was home. That expression on your face when and so it looks like that's it for Ludwig. I mean, that's for Giovanni. I guess
Get Bricks Jr. probably be next on the chopping block.
Could be.
Ludwig,
Spawn of Wagner.
Yeah, Ludwig goes backstage, and it looks like it was orders from Gunther to destroy Giovanni Vinci. So going forward, it's just going to be those two and Giovanni. Who knows what's going to happen to him? But so next up was, I enjoyed this too. I mean, at least the beginning of it. Drew McIntyre comes down to the ring, and the crowd is really getting on his case. He gets in the ring, and he sits down. He sits down, and he's got the CM Punk chants again. So McIntyre sits cross-legged in the ring like CM Punk, and he looks in the camera and he tells the camera guy, "Don't shut up, my kill, you pervert." And so then they're giving McIntyre the Watt chant, and he says something like, "Say what if you French kiss your sister," or something like that, or your cousin if you French kiss your cousin.
Was he talking inch or?
Whoa.
No.
So, he's still complaining about Damian Priest cashing in the briefcase, calls him a coward, and he says he didn't get an automatic rematch, but they did away with automatic rematches like years ago, I think. And so now this brings out Sheamus, and Sheamus comes down to the ring, and he says, "Yeah, fella, I know you for 20 years, and for the last 4, all I've been hearing about you was complaining how you were robbed of your career-defining moment at WrestleMania. Then at WrestleMania 40, you got your career-defining moment. You became champion in front of a live crowd, in front of your wife, in front of your brother. Your brother came all the way over from Scotland." And so then, he says, but then you threw it all away. You threw it all away because of CM Punk. A one-armed CM Punk kick your arse, fella. So then he gets in the ring, and McIntyre, I like what McIntyre said. He said, we used to have banger after banger after banger. But since you came back to WWE, it's been one burger after burger after burger. And Sheamus, I thought he cracked. He broke character for like a couple of seconds and then just laughed. And I thought that was a great line. He actually compliments McIntyre on doing all the one-liners. Basically, yeah, these were just two friends kind of having fun in the ring, which was kind of nice. But let's get back to the wrestling. We come back from the commercial break. Sheamus takes on Shinsuke Nakamura. Quick match, brogue kick, and Shinsuke goes down. Sheamus covers and pins Shinsuke Nakamura. Poor Shinsuke, he's just now a jobber. I think he's been losing match after match. We get a recap of the main event from last week, and then we get Sami Zayn in an interview with a woman named or was he with Kathy Kelly? No, he was with Kathy Kelly, and he basically rats on. He's talking about Gable, what Gable's going to do.
Do it up!
He's quickly interrupted by Bronson Reed, who basically taps on the Intercontinental title and says he's going to take the title. So Sami doesn't back down, and but like the stupid baby face that Sami has been in the past couple of weeks, he turns his back on Bronson Reed, allowing Bronson Reed to beat him up. I mean, he's just won the Intercontinental title, and they have him do stupid babyface stuff still. So next up, we get another talking segment. One too many talking segments, and the way this is going. But we get the Alpha Academy is out. Chad Gable is now in a suit. Yes, I mean, I guess if you wear a suit and tie, you're a heel. So Chad Gable's in a suit and tie, and he basically runs down every member of the Alpha Academy. He starts with Tozawa. Says, all you do is come out and dance.
Dance for me, boy!
I've got a problem with you, Tozawa. All you do is dance, and then you rack up loss after loss after loss. Yeah, it's pathetic. And as for you, Maxine, oh, you're pretty as a picture, but you're dumb as a bag of rocks.
Pretty as a picture. Look just like little Richard.
He stole my Rockhead Carter line.
Damn, you think he knew? He's like watching entries. Like, I gotta get some good lines. Listen to the OIB.
Yeah.
So Maxine gets all the pouty face, you know. So then he goes over to his number one guy, Otis. Don't get me started on you. So Chad Gable looks over at his number one guy, Otis. You know.
Number one.
Anyway, he says, now we've got to focus on one thing, Gable. And no matter what, we've got to focus on making me the Intercontinental Champion. And then he demands that everybody basically say, I guess pledge their, no matter what, they have to pledge their loyalty to Chad Gable. Anyway, everybody does. But I think this is probably going to build up to when Otis is going to probably stand up for himself. And we're eventually going to get an Otis versus Chad Gable match somewhere down the road. Maybe I don't want to see Chad Gable, actually heel Chad Gable beating Sami Zayn. I don't think that should happen. I think Sami should hold the title for a while. You know, we get a backstage segment with Ricochet and Dirty Dom. And then we get another backstage segment with Nia Jax cuts a promo saying she's going to win the Battle Royal. Then we get the tag team match, Ricochet and Andrade versus JD McDonough and Santos Escobar. And even with Santos, even with him in the mix, he just kind of feels like he's just there. And JD McDonough is still a jobber, but the baby faces won this one. Ricochet and Andrade. Andrade hitting his finisher on JD McDonough. But then they're all jumped by Damian Priest. Damian Priest single-handedly takes out the baby faces, gives a razor's edge to Ricochet, South of Heaven chokeslam to Andrade, and then he talks to Dominic in Spanish, and basically says that he doesn't need, hey, I don't need you guys need me, and then he walks off in disgust. So yeah, it's like I mean, if Damien's going to keep holding this title, then he doesn't need these guys. He can go out on his own. We get the no-name Caden Carter and Katana Chance in a backstage segment. We get a woman named Jackie with Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Heel Candice continues, but they're all talking about this.
That's Incher's sex doll.
So finally we get I guess this is the main event of the show, and it did take up a lot of time. This battle royal with all the women, and I think we had I'm not sure if we had Becky Lynch. She got her own entrance. We had Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. We had Natty Neidhart, Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, basically all the women's tag teams, plus Liv Morgan, Katana Chance, and Caden Carter, and Nia Jax. And so we had Maxine got a few minutes to shine, throwing out, I think she threw out
The new Maya Gotham movie?
Maxine Dupree. Threw out Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Actually, and I kind of thought, are they going to just keep her to the end? But no, she got tossed. I think Nia Jax threw her out. But Nia Jax, oh yeah, so Nia Jax was throwing people out. I think Nia. Ivy Nile had Nia Jax in like a leg lock or something, but Nia Jax just slammed her headfirst into the ring post and
Eat that ass.
And then Maxine got into Nia Jax's face, but Nia Jax threw her out of the ring. And they did build up to a confrontation between Piper Niven and Nia Jax, the two big women confronting each other.
Hell yeah!
And finally, we had Shayna Baszler. Was it Shayna Baszler or who was it? No, it was Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark eliminates Chelsea Green, but Chelsea Green. Oh yeah, so. There was this Becky Lynch. She goes under the ropes or through the ropes. Nia Jax went out and slammed her onto the announce desk, and then Piper Niven followed. This was pretty impressive. Didn't do too much. Nia Jax picked up Piper Niven for a Samoan drop onto Becky Lynch onto the table. She was able to. I think that was impressive, actually. But basically, it was a way to get. It was a way to destroy Becky Lynch long enough for the finish. So she was out of the match for a little bit, and then when Nia Jax had eliminated Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, it came down to Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, and Becky Lynch. You saw Becky Lynch crawl back into the corner, into the ring. She had this scowl on her face. She picked herself up. And then it was just basically the two smaller women. And believe me, both of these ladies are really tiny compared to Nia Jax. Fighting Nia Jax. Nia Jax at one point was just beating both of them. And then finally the baby faces teamed up. I think Liv hit the Oblivion, and then Becky jumped off the top turnbuckle or the second turnbuckle and did a knee drop on the Nia Jax to get rid of her. So it came down to Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. And this is where I think the announcers kind of blundered a bit, because Becky threw Liv over the top rope, and Liv landed on the ring apron. And then Becky intentionally went through she went through the ropes and stood on the ring apron, but the announcers pretended like she had gone over the top, because they were saying like it was like whoever was going to fall to the floor was going to lose. But you could clearly see that Becky Lynch went through the ropes.
Damn.
Dumb. Anyway, Becky Lynch did a manhandle slam on Liv Morgan on the ring apron. Liv and lost, and so Becky Lynch is your new champion. I did not like this. I will say that I did not like this show. Too much talking. I'll give it a thumbs down, but especially
Andrew told me he loved it.
Loved it. Especially
crowning a new champion in a battle royal. Believe me, I do not like this. You could have done a one-night tournament, 2-week tournament. You could have done something different. But I think this is just, I hope it's a short-term solution to a problem. I mean, I've heard this on the internet, and I kind of agree with it. And I think they should put it on Liv Morgan.
I'm good with Becky Lynch.
Yeah, Clash at the Castle, Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch. Liv wins the title.
I mean, if you're gonna give to someone new, that's gonna be a lot more prestigious, beating Becky Lynch and winning in the Battle Royal. So I have no problem with that.
Yeah. But that was your Raw report, and after like about a month, I guess since WrestleMania, since I haven't been on this show, that was your Raw report, folks.
Thank you, Steven.
You told the old ladies to get in the kitchen and make some poutine. I got to do the Raw report.
Hell yeah, the fucking Raw report.
Just tell her it was that was Jack, not me.
So while I'm here, you notice, were you talking about all of the releases?
Mm-hmm.
So after months,
all the releases,
the WWE releases, after months and months and months of Veer is coming promos.
Yeah, he never got to come.
Terrible.
Veer came all right.
He comes up for a few weeks. He's there for a few weeks, and then they send him back to NXT, and he's with Sangha for a while, and then they bring him up with Jinder, and they don't even use him on TV.
Fire all of them. Like fuck all
of them. So I don't know about Veer and Sangha, but I hope Jinder lands on his feet somewhere. I don't know if he's still wrestling, but I'd rather see him land on his feet somewhere. So.
Wake up!
Yeah, it might take him a while to get there, though. Holy crap.
Hey.
Takes him a while to get places.
I say bring in Veer. Veer. I tried to psych Inter out, and I sent him a spoiler during the pay-per-view because I knew he wasn't watching it live, and I told him that Veer and Jinder Mahal showed up on Dynasty.
To play into the Tony Khan comments.
Yeah.
And as far as that goes, I will say right now, an early candidate for pay-per-view of the year, Dynasty,
that was freaking amazing.
match of the year, Ospreay versus
it's up there for like match of the decade.
Danielson. That was one hell of a match.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that show. I thought,
it was great.
You know,
And it didn't seem long. It was like 6 hours with everything, and to me, it flew by. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know how long Swerve is
Great
going to hold
crowd,
the
great
title.
crowd. Too.
Yeah, but
I think a long time because I think it's like because they really made it seem special that him winning the title. I think he keeps it until Osprey at in London. That's my prediction.
I
that
heard
would
him
be
talking.
the most logical challenger, Osprey versus Swerve, and but you got Osprey's managed by Don Callis. So, like, does he become the heel or is he the baby face?
No, I think you got to. I think Osprey gets rid of them, and especially for London, you want Osprey as your baby face.
Well, yeah, he's going to be a baby face, regardless.
I would wait to do Osprey winning the title till London, but you could have him till then, in feuds. Continue something with Daniel Bryan Danielson, and eventually break him away from Don Callis. But I wouldn't go right to that right now.
No, but
I would. There's a lot of people. They have such a big roster, so you can start building some challengers.
Yeah, but anytime that guy's on TV or in a match, I'm watching because
and he comes off not only he's the best of both worlds. His matches are amazing, and he just comes off like a star. And when he talks, it seems like it's from his heart. It's just all around. He's just a superstar.
And did you see that his match against Claudio? Even his match against Claudio last week, I thought that was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah, just stuff like that. If there was like a couple weeks build to that would have just really put that over the top because the match delivered, but it's not necessarily like a build to it. So if you had a build to a Claudio and Osprey, that just elevates.
And what about that super? I was, I say congratulations to John Moxley on winning the IWGP belt. That reaction the crowd gave him when he just walked to the ring. This guy, maybe make him a challenger, a Swerve. Maybe not win the belt, but at least a challenger.
Yeah. I agree. And that's cool. I mean, boy, you look back, hardly ever has a whole faction, the Shield went on to be huge stars. Now,
and they were huge stars when they came in too. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
to me, they made a big disruption.
Yeah, but I'm saying to the audience, they weren't known guys. And it's not like when you put Evolution together. Obviously, Triple H and Ric Flair are already big stars, but to take 3 new people to that audience and instantly that was a highlight of wrestling for me at the time. All the Shield stuff, and then for all 3 of them to go on to be giant stars in wrestling that's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
We have a show to run here. All right. Who's that? The Queen. All right. Well, Stevie, we will let you go. Thank you for the Raw report. Good to see you again. Lexar saying you bailed on us.
Man.
Well, yes, it's a little bit before midnight, but yes, I've got to get up tomorrow. So, but I'm glad I'm back. So I'll try again next week.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
You have to give your wife permission to do it, though.
Oh my God.
You ever got to get your mom's permission to zoom in your head?
I do whatever the hell I want.
You have to call up one of them strippers. You hey, Charlotte, is it okay if I
Charlotte Flair?
What are the strippers' names? Zelda,
Cinnamon,
Cherry
well,
Pie.
There was a cinnamon at one point. There was stripper named Cinnamon at one point. I think
Butch,
garlic sauce.
Kylie.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's gonna start singing that
Erica.
song.
Come on, Eileen.
Come on, Eileen.
Take it literal.
What I mean for this moment.
All right. You in that dress? Ooh, I need to confess. All right. From Nikhil wants to know. I went to raise and I don't think that's what it's called. I think it's just called Cane's in Miami. I enjoyed it, especially the sauce.
Raising Cane's is like,
Yeah.
like the saying, I'm Raising Cane.
Well, I had a
Kane though, like the wrestler Kane.
I had one of my friends
yeah.
told me he was a fan of the place, and he was shocked that I didn't have a good experience.
Yeah, but you're just more like a chicken nugget guy.
Well, they got a very limited menu. That's all they do basically is chicken fingers and fries. I mean,
yeah, and just a toasted hot dog bun.
And a toasted hot dog bun.
I made Intra AI birthday card thing.
Really?
And I made a song in it where it had like chicken nuggets in it. It said chicken nuggets in it.
Damn.
I feel bad.
Well,
but the song's going through my head though.
Jam and Johnny Hayes, his offer's out there, $20, and he will do an original Headyverse tune of your choice. So maybe someone wants a Raw Report tune or something.
Raw Report.
On Monday, the Daily Mail was first to report the news that Cody Rhodes has landed an important cameo role in the Naked Gun reboot. The WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion is set to co-star in the Naked Gun remake alongside Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. What are your thoughts?
Naked Gun with those people in it?
I think Brandy Rhodes needs to be worried because the last co-star of the Naked Gun wasn't too nice to his wife.
Damn. Damn.
Deep cuts with Intra.
Okay.
Yeah, real deep cut.
He just died too, man.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve it.
Does this put a damper on the movie for you, Intra? I know you're a big Naked Gun fan. And
it's like I want to go back to Nordholm, O.J. Simpson, not just the murder in O.J. Simpson.
Just like he gets stuck under a Greyhound bus, O.J. Simpson.
Are you going to boycott the new one if Cody's in it?
I can't imagine wanting to see Cody Rhodes and his comedic styling.
Matt Hardy, Mike Santana, Sami Callihan all appeared on TNA Rebellion. Sweet. Isn't Sammy already there?
Yeah, I thought there was talks about bringing him in AEW, but it never happened. So
that Mike Santana, isn't he the singer does he play guitar?
No, that's the dude that was with Ortiz and Santana.
Oh,
you're thinking of Carlos Santana, dude.
Played at Woodstock.
Yeah. He's a legendary guitarist.
Oh, maybe
the smooth guy.
Maybe he got in the wrestling ring. I don't fucking know.
And Carlos Santana's like,
under the moon,
70
same
years old.
emotion that
Patrick Howell says hello. We got to say hi before he thinks he doesn't exist. Hello, Patrick Howell. Yeah. What are your favorite memories of Sangha?
Sangria.
I have none. I'm sorry, Sangha.
PW Insider reported Jacob Fatu will be making his WWE debut within the next week. Thoughts? Well, that's great. I'm a fan, but it's too bad that they have to spoil all this stuff. Wouldn't it be cool if he just popped up on the show without you knowing?
For sure.
That would be nice.
I do think it's funny that the same people online, they'll be like, whoever joins AEW, it's like Will Ospreay. Who's that? No one knows who's. But then Tama Tonga is on SmackDown. They're like, oh, yes, finally, Tom. It's like
they know exactly who he is.
Yeah. I watched the following movies on the plane. Oppenheimer. Well, it should be Oppenheimer. Equalizer 3 and Wonka. I enjoyed all three. Have you seen them? Yeah, I really liked Oppenheimer. Did not like Wonka. and I don't know what Equalizer 3 is.
That's Denzel Washington.
I've never seen any of those.
One of the last movies I saw was like the Wonka with what's his face? The famous guy, Johnny Depp.
Johnny fucking blows.
That's one of the last movies I saw in a movie theater. That tells you how long it's been. Fucking
I go
forever.
to movies every week.
I feel alone if I go to the movies alone. Yeah, that makes sense. But,
No,
I need a girl.
In your head crew needs to go and take Bruce to a movie.
Hell yeah.
Take him to
I thought
Jack
you had
movie.
I thought you had a girlfriend, Bruce.
No.
And we could take him to the strip club after.
Hey,
Hell
how's it
yeah.
going? That's my current girlfriend. She's hot.
Yeah. Let's go.
I'm
You
gonna
should go
steal
to a
your
strip club
girlfriend,
near
Bruce.
you, Bruce.
How would you feel if your girlfriend was cheating on you with me?
Damn.
I guess you deserve her answer. I'll just go and be really sad over here. Thanks, man.
Here's when we went to Barbenheimer, Annabelle and I. When we went to see Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Hell yeah.
Barbie Richards?
Oh, I text Barbie Richards the other couple of weeks ago when I went to the AEW show live, because the thing that probably got the biggest pop out of me was Tony Khan stopped and he asked everybody, "Who's a Time Cop fan?" And I was like, "Yeah, Time Cop." And me and Barb, we used to always kind of goof on Time Cop. So I even took a video of it, like of him.
That's Jean-Claude Van Damme, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's
Nice.
holding like a Time Cop sign. You all want to see it? Let's see. I thought I just took a picture, but I actually took some videos of it. Let's see. No, that one's not it. I have it right
Don't
here.
show any dick pics.
No dick pics.
Don't
Yeah,
show
I
any
wanna see that
videos
butthole.
finger in your butthole. Don't be doing the ricochet. I think we should start a Headyverse.
So you look at the Time Cop sign.
Yeah, we can't really see it. Just see white.
I wish you'd stop waving it. Wait. Hang on, let me go back.
You could zoom into it too.
Why is it not giving me the control to like?
What if we start a TikTok trend of the Headyverse, where the Headyverse has to do the PAFO on TikTok?
Time Cop.
I believe you get partially banned. We could blur it out.
The PAFO challenge.
Nice.
Time Cop.
He holding it himself?
Yeah.
Why?
I guess he was promoting Time Cop.
Why?
I guess they had Time Cop on
The
before.
Nikhil? He's like, have you seen Time Cop? What are your favorite?
I guess they had Time Cop on before Collision or something, and he was like, "Who here is a Time Cop fan?" And like, I just heard him say that. I was like, "Yeah!" I don't think I was the only guy in the crowd that popped. I was like,
Look at Lexar pretending to sleep.
Yeah.
I am getting very tired though. I got bored.
Fake. I can tell when you're faking.
Good night.
Good night, bitch.
I'm really
Oh,
tired.
isn't Faith coming on? No. That would get him to be like, "What?"
I'm not. I say we don't ask his questions that fake ass sleepy shit. Who would you like to see swapped in the draft starting this Friday? I could not give a flying fuck.
I want to see Cody Rhodes drafted to NXT. Put him off of the program.
Finn Balor signed a new WWE contract. What are your thoughts? That's good for him, I guess. That's what he wants to do. I'll be honest, I could not really care less about Finn Balor.
Yeah. Pretty stale right now. Like he's got that WWE funk all over him, where it's just like, I do not care about this man right now. They do that to a lot of people.
2003, AJ Styles beat Dusty Rhodes to retain the NWA World Heavyweight title in TNA. 21 years later, AJ will face Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE title at Backlash. Well, AJ beat the son just like he beat the dad.
AJ Styles?
Yeah.
He's gonna beat.
Who else? AJ Lee?
I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's fucking playing.
I'm still stuck on Time Cop. I'm sorry.
AJ Styles is like really stiff and huge right now.
This is Bruce knows from personal experience.
Fucking Bluetooth.
I'm sure his balls are probably the smallest part of his whole body right now.
Uh-oh.
That's all I'm saying.
He's insinuating something
Who
there,
wants?
Jack.
Yeah, you don't want no big ass balls.
Yeah.
You seem to like it.
According to the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, the Creed brothers and Chad Gable are going to form a unit and be working together. What are your thoughts? Hell yeah.
Unit?
Do it up.
We give the best answers. Why does anybody ask us questions? Hey, there's Ryback again.
Ryback, what are your thoughts?
He's just eating.
He's like,
more.
Hell yeah.
Questions? Yeah, okay. Cool.
Fightful Select is reporting that some other key talents from the New Japan Pro Wrestling could be following recent departure. Tama Tonga. According to the reports, Hikuleo had discussions with WWE back in 2023. His partner El Phantasmo's contract was only through January. However, Hikuleo's was a bit longer, believed to be June of 2024. From what I understand, New Japan during the pandemic lost a lot of money, and that's why so many of their talents are leaving and going to the United States.
Yeah.
I like I don't watch the weekly shows, but I always like the Bloodline stuff on the pay-per-views or whatever. But I mean, can you have like 50 guys in the group?
Do you think Naito's gonna go to TNA?
That's my brother's dog. He named his dog Naito.
He named it Naito. Well, not the dog, but the person. The person in New Japan.
Maybe. I don't know.
He'll cross the line. Look at Goosey. He's all hot from those hot wings. Look at him.
He's thinking about Hikuleo.
Who the fuck is Hikuleo?
I appreciate guys who have like a big towel for their head.
Damn.
He's got a Yabby towel.
We got Sheik Goosey here.
I'm Muhammad Hassan.
I had a black guy friend. He was like 275, and he had a towel that he'd wipe his head off with. It was classy.
He needs to be the White Abbey.
He's gonna make the boy cry. I could see Goosey digging a fork in your head into. That'd be pretty cool.
Damn it, I had a fork too, and I don't have it.
Could have got a fork off of me, but nobody wanted it.
Damn.
Nobody wanted it.
If you wrestle, you should wear a towel.
I do have this for up here. Should have announced it earlier, but $30 super chat, and you can get the I love sucking dicks with my butthole t-shirt.
What?
Man.
This was a Christmas gift from Jason, or birthday gift.
That shirt's famous too. It's been all over the internet now.
Yeah, I've worn it on the show.
I'm practicing to watch the Blood Money pay-per-view next month.
Yeah, you got to get ready for when we get the Prince on the show.
Yeah.
Disguised as a woman.
Yeah.
Brian Cage confirms that he has signed a lengthy new contract with AEW. A big reason, there are a lot of reasons, but a big reason to stay with AEW was the fact that there was a lot more certainty, so to speak. It's not necessarily a guaranteed contract, but for lack of a better term, the contract was essentially guaranteed. What he's saying is, in WWE, they can fire you and sign you to 10 years, but sign you and fire you in 30 days. So I get it.
So it works better for him.
I used to think he was totally worthless, but I thought he improved a lot, starting with his Big Bill tag team, and I think he should be used better at the moment. Hook expected to explore free agency when his AEW contract expires.
Dang.
I think that's just smart to do because then you can get a better deal, if you stay. That's what everyone should do. On this day in WWE history, I don't see him doing well in WWE because he is very small. And I know it's not as a big a hindrance now as it used to be, but he's very small. On this
They'll
day
put him
in
on
WWE
commentary.
he does have a lot of charisma. On this day in WWE history, Tyson Tomko debuted. What are your favorite memories of Tyson Tomko?
Deep spoons.
That's what I was thinking. The Coke spoon.
He just did like an interview recently. So
when that at the Waffle House, he was caught with doing Coke with a spoon or something. Or meth.
I think it was Applebee's. I think it really was Applebee's. I could be wrong.
He was doing heroin or something.
It looks like he's got himself together. Though, I've seen him do an interview, so I'm happy.
Does he have hair now?
No, I don't think he grew hair. I don't think.
Well, then he won't get it in your food anyway. Might get some beard hair in your food.
Yeah, soul patch. He had a weird line.
Yeah, and he had
weirded me out.
He had really bad tattoos.
Yeah.
Jeez, Jack.
He's a good man.
God,
You should call him up.
Get
him on the show.
Really bad tattoos.
He did. He had this big it was like the tribal tattoos, but they're just big black blocks.
It was all over his back.
No, that was Sam Shaw or whatever, or what's his name from Dexter Loomis.
Tomco's weren't.
I know what Tomco looks.
Yeah, Tomco's weren't.
He wore like a dress half the time.
They were better than Dexter Loomis's tattoos.
Maybe.
Just like a Roman guardian kind of thing.
You should get a bunch of tribal tats, ain't you? That'd be cool.
I don't want no tribal tats.
He has a nice thick beard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Good for him, I guess. On this day in 2010, TNA history, Team Hogan, RVD, Jeff Hardy, Abyss, and Jarrett defeated Team Flair, Beer Money, Desmond Wolfe, and Sting in Lethal Lockdown. What are your memories of this? I don't remember that at all, to be honest.
That was the one where the cage came down, right? Whenever it was like Lethal Lockdown time. Yeah.
I squashed them all.
Damn, Ryback.
Oh, Ryback.
Ryback was just like, feed me more. Do you think Ryback, would you have been more Team Hogan or Team Flair?
I would smash both those jobbers.
Dang, he just would have came in and beat them all. Then ate them all like fucking Taco Bell.
He just needs to get signed somewhere to just unleash on people. God. He's been like chomping at the bit for years now.
Tony Khan has my number.
This one's for Incher. Were you a fan of Reverend Devon?
No, I hated that bit.
Please call my name.
It's like he's Devon. How can you?
Now he's
a preacher now, and Tomko. That's where Tomko debuted. Wasn't
no,
it?
it was Batista, Deacon Batista.
Oh, the Batista. That's right.
Oh my God!
You would imagine if they kept him in that.
Batista.
He wouldn't be in Guardians of the Galaxy or anything. He probably would have been the guy using the spoon.
Maybe he would have went to Hollywood sooner though, and he's like, "Screw this, Deacon Batista."
On this day in 1999, Diamond Dallas Page defeated Ric Flair, Hollywood Hogan, and Sting to become the new WCW World Heavyweight Champion at Spring Stampede. What are your memories?
These guys get beat a lot.
Self high five. Wow. I bet they all felt the bang.
I seen DDP said on that Most Wanted Treasure show that he was going to do the toothpick with Scott Hall, but like Scott Hall, like DDP was doing a promo while they were doing it, and the toothpick fell out, and then Scott Hall like flipped it at the camera. So like,
damn,
DDP was taking the credit for coming up with it, but Scott Hall ran with it.
Damn. Oh, there's something just fell in my head.
Oh my goodness.
No, it was just a little pop.
The ghost of Scott Hall.
It is the ghost of Scott Hall. My stuff's falling down here. I thought you were going to say on that show, did they go and find the toothpick, like the original toothpick?
No. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, cinnamon flavored.
How much you think that would go for, like a Scott Hall toothpick?
Oh, geez, I don't know. There was this one mark, though. Like, he had the trunks that Kevin Nash wore for the finger poke of doom and the formation of the NWO. And they're like, we can get you like 5th row at WrestleMania. And he was like, yeah, deal. I was like, what the fuck? I would not give those away for a ticket at WrestleMania.
Lexar would.
Yeah, Lexar would do it for like an episode to like NXT or something.
He'll do it for a year worth of TNA TV on the smart TV. Canada Life Center is currently advertising Kenny Omega for the May 1st Dynamite Rampage taping, which is next week in hometown of Winnipeg. Really? I don't know, because I don't think he even had surgery yet, did he? If so, I mean, hopefully he's all right. But
well, they may just have him do like an appearance.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That'd
Not
be cool.
like wrestle.
Yeah, that would be good. Hopefully he's all right enough to travel around and do some stuff. That'd be good.
Well, is he in Winnipeg or is he in like where he currently lives? Well, we really don't know. I'm sure he could stay with somebody in Winnipeg, or he has a house.
I saw him online just like today.
Saw him in line at like the
online.
Oh,
like a
About,
7-Eleven or something.
The Japan guy who started like Shine.
The Japan guy that started Shine,
and then the newer one after Shine. Stardom. I mean, Stardom. The weird looking pimp looking Japanese guy. Anyway,
but
he was saying
you must have quit.
Yeah.
Stardom, there's a lot of talks about it. Like the guy was like feeding people to WWE.
But
more.
He said, like for the new promotion, that their advertisements were 13 to 21-year-old women who are unmarried.
Yeah,
is what they want and stuff. But
I think out of context that obviously sounds weird, but I mean it's that thing for people to train to wrestle.
True.
What did you think about the love letter to Janelle Grant wrote for Vince McMahon?
I mean, people who know about this stuff say that's a pretty common thing that people do, like make people write love letters.
Yeah. It's like a letter for a file in case they need it, kind of thing.
Yeah, it sucked when I had to write you that one love letter. Do it.
Love letter and do it. I mean, there's even in the text, she kept saying like, I didn't get to it yet and stuff like that. I mean, if you were just writing someone a love letter, like you wouldn't tell them.
Let them know that it's coming.
Yeah.
I've had girlfriends who made me write them stuff. I wanted to run away really
Before
fast.
they take you to court. Did you ever shit on their heads or vice versa?
I might have farted once, but
oh man,
Which one's worse, farting or just like the whole shit on their head?
I would think probably shit. I mean, intro, would you rather if
was
I came
still
up and
on their
farted
head,
in
then.
your face or just like a big shit in your face?
I guess the fart would be better, but still,
Yeah.
it is you are blowing ass in somebody's face. So.
If
Yeah, I'm
poop's on their head, then it's really wet shit.
It's not like get punched in the face, but it's better than getting like stabbed in the eye, you know.
Yeah. You threatened to stab me in the eye? Is that what you're saying?
With my cock.
I thought that was your mouth.
Bad aim. All right, sure. That's why Incher wears glasses now.
Oh god.
No.
Sorry about the pink eye.
Are you ever like ashamed of yourself or
no? That's actually because
never enters your head.
She doesn't think the name Nasty Neil fits on Without Your Head because I'm not nasty, but she does think I should go by the name Shameless. Shameless. It doesn't have that ring to it, I don't think.
Unapologetic Neil.
On this day, Rick Rude passed away in 1999. Any memories? Yeah, Rick Rude is one of my favorites. Another guy kind of like he looks awesome, but was also a great wrestler. Took one of the best backdrops ever.
How classic was the angle where he painted Jake Roberts' wife on his face on his tights and came out? Great. I mean, that was so awesome.
I'm a big fan of the not spray paint, but the airbrush tights. I also like I like when anyone does. I like when RVD used to do it. Jimmy Hart, some of his jackets were cool.
Yeah, I like when I open my browser, it's a video of Rick Rude every time. I just set it to that instead of just opening up to basic. So I see Rick Rude every time I open my computer up. It's awesome.
I'm a huge fan. One of my favorites. In this day, and he had a really fun run in ECW too as a non-wrestler. In this day, 20 years ago in SmackDown, Mordecai debuted. What are your favorite memories of Mordecai?
None. I just remember like it was a character that I was just like, do not care about this guy.
I see what they're doing.
I liked when you watched The Door when Jason Sensation was getting violated. They should revisit some of these stories, now with all these other allegations out there. Let's see. That was all from Nikhil. Thank you, Nikhil. Lexar, Jinder Mahal, Veer.
I thought you were going to ask his questions.
Well,
even
I'll skip them. I'm totally fine with that. You want me to skip them?
He did call in. You'll go through.
He wants to know if we're sad that people got. Yeah, I don't enjoy people losing their job.
Fucking Bob, what are you talking about? Yeah, hell yeah.
Nothing makes me harder.
I got a fucking boner from hearing that fire.
No, it is awful that somebody loses their job. I mean, double chocolate chip.
Seth Rollins is getting knee surgery and will be out 6 to 8 months. Are you sad?
Not really.
Well, I don't like to see people get injured, but am I going to miss him? Not necessarily.
It sounds like he's already had the surgery, according to Becky.
Okay, that's probably the recovery time of it.
Maybe he'll be at his wrestling school, and I could
should have had it a while ago, and
meet
I think
him.
He just kept working with it, so he could be at WrestleMania.
I want to meet him in Iowa and wrestle him for sure. I've already signed up to his wrestling school like a year ago. I only have 1 more year.
You got like a waiting list?
Yeah, it's like 2.5 year waiting list.
What's your wrestling name gonna be?
Baby Snake.
Master 420.
Assmaster 420 will be my last name. I'll be from Parts Unknown.
What if you go in there though and he just stretches you? He's like, "Yeah, we'll get you mark something."
I'm gonna punch that motherfucker in his big ass nose and be like, "I'm the boss."
Sticks his thumb up your ass.
Asshole. I'll stick my thumb up his ass right back.
Yeah, sounds like a
I'll fucking Oklahoma ride him back into the toilet and then have my way with him.
Seth. This sounds like one of Chris Colt's videos.
Yeah, did
Coming
you
for
look
you,
him up on Pornhub or anything, Andrew?
No. I didn't even know he was into that. Like, I don't know anything about Chris Cole until I seen like the episode. So
Yeah, I don't know anything about him either. Dave Meltz reported on the rumor of WWE has locked in 2 WrestleMania main events for the next 2 years. Rock versus Cody Rhodes at 2025 and Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 2026. I mean that's I guess, but like lots of things can happen in 2 years.
mm-hmm.
Are they really going to keep the bloodline going for another 2 years?
It looks like they're trying to like put new people in it and stuff.
Yeah.
Now. Is they're making like Solo Sikoa kind of like do things without Paul Heyman's permission, and
Yeah.
so they're doing like different things with them.
That
So
guy, I really don't see much in that guy. Thoughts
well,
on this?
I think they're going to bring John Cena in and feud with him because I mean they already have that feud kind of set up. So he's making like more shots now, like he's calling more shots. So I think they're going to like make him more of a big player in the group.
I understand that, but I don't think he's interesting.
It's like the Umanga stand-in.
Umaga's was way better. Way better.
No, I love Umanga. I love that guy. But it's like they're trying to John Cena Umanga feud.
Like this,
Bullshit.
they act like he's like the baddest member, and he's in the worst shape of everyone in the group.
Yeah. Well, they
No
beat up
charisma at all.
They beat up Jimmy, and I guess he's out of the bloodline right now, or they just gave him a beat down. So just gotta wait and see what happens there.
This is for not only Lexar, but anyone. If you ask us our thoughts in someone's comments, you have to include the comments because I don't know. Lexar will skip that one. It's like thoughts on Liv Morgan's comments, but he doesn't say what they are. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what her comments would be.
Tony Storm says that she doesn't like cinematic wrestling, but portrays a cinematic character. Does this make sense? I kind of think that was part of the joke. Tony Khan said he could sign Nikki Garcia, aka former Nikki Bella. Are you intrigued? And not really, but I always give someone a chance. Maybe they can be good. I don't know.
Is that Daniel Bryan's like wife?
I'm not sure which.
No, Bree is Daniel Bryan's wife. Nikki is.
So it's like not even his wife. Whoa. That's
Yeah,
weird.
Nikki's the sister.
So John Cena's ex-girlfriend?
Yeah,
this comes from Lex wants to know why does Jack doesn't want any of the Headyverse members to have children? When the hell did I say that?
Yeah.
You say that to me all the time. You're just like, I don't
cut
want
your
any.
fucking balls off so there can never be another intro.
Did you make a joke or something about like Lexar shouldn't have kids? I think you did make a joke about that.
Well, that doesn't mean all Headyverse members, but there are certain members that I don't think necessarily procreate.
Jackie Jones. You don't want any little Lexars running around?
You Alex in your head.
We don't want the Lexar bloodline.
Look at his smile in his pictures. It's like crazy.
Lexar wants to know, are hospital beds comfy?
Not normally.
No.
He should know. Didn't he break his leg? Was in the hospital.
Yeah, not normally. They're not very comfortable.
Bruce's ghost. This is for you, baby snake ass master. You have a lot of Kitty Show plush characters. Which one is your favorite, and does he watch the shows of that character?
The favorite I have. Oh, I like Animal over here. I have a big, huge animal.
Oh, nice.
Animal.
Yeah. I told my mom like last week that Animal reminds me of me.
And do you watch the Muppets?
Hell yeah, it's one of my favorite shows of all time.
I like the Muppets.
Especially the Muppet Show. Sorry.
Yeah. Lexar says, I've got a funny joke. Which song do you sing to strippers? Answer, we don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time.
Stupid.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like what Ryback said.
Hell yeah, that's funny as hell, man. Let me tell you.
We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. No. Dance and party all night. Drink some cherry wine. Woo-hoo.
Do I know that song?
I do. I
don't
fucking
know.
nailed it.
Who sings it?
I don't know. Let's remember it from when I was a kid, like the 80s. Will you wear Crocs or the late spring and summer? What the fuck, Lexar? Are you gonna wear Crocs for the late spring and summer, Incher?
I don't have a pair of Crocs.
I don't think you should. That isn't a good look.
Thoughts on the
You,
Alec
Chris.
Baldwin coffee shop incident? I thought that woman was just harassing the dude. That's pretty sure.
The what?
Alec Baldwin was at a coffee shop, and this woman just like was sticking her phone in his face, going like telling him to praise for say peace for Palestine or unite Palestine, and it's like, and then he eventually hit the phone out of her hand. But it's like, I mean, she was literally harassing the guy. I mean, you can't just be a total asshole to people. He kept asking her to leave him alone. I don't know. Have you ever been sank in a sinkhole?
Well, you got stuck in mud, didn't you?
I packed Incher's mud.
No, you said you had an incident where you're stuck in.
I don't remember it because I was. That's what led to me not just quit drinking eventually.
Mm-hmm.
See, Gold goes right. No more bullshit questions. Lexa, you're killing us with this stupid bullshit.
In Iowa, there was the biggest cave system in Iowa was discovered by a sinkhole.
Oh, really?
Thanks, Lexar. Yeah, it's like 400 something.
Hey, it's doing it. Look. Oh, it went away.
Oh yeah.
What did you do?
It thumbs down. Like I put my arms up and went like
Mine never does it. I think you have a literal ghost in your house.
Do you have to activate that function?
I don't know.
I practice this in the mirror.
Like I just put my arms up and it
You're
did
getting
it.
ready for Seth Rollins.
What?
You're gonna thumb him in the ass.
That was Bruce saying that, not me.
That's what I'm saying to Bruce. Bruce just said he was practicing. Why? Are you
See, you gotta lick your thumb first and then shove it up.
Yeah, I was getting jealous.
See, at least Bruce, he lubes it up first. He ain't gonna go in dry.
It's the Iowa way.
Making him cry, going in dry.
I spit on your thumb.
Brian Matthew Clutter, Incher's young boy, wants to know, do you think there is a correlation between people downplaying, not believing accusations against Vince McMahon and the type of politicians they support?
Sure.
I will say, was it Brian? What's his name? Brian Jones. He's just all about it, like every day posting about trying to defend Vince or get Vince back. After a while, it's like, dude, why does this mean so? Why is this so important to you?
Yeah, really.
If he didn't shit, you must acquit.
Man.
Would Saudi Arabia Wrestling be a good name for Vince's new promotion? Then it would be called Saw, like they use on journalists.
Yep.
Goosey's getting all great for it.
I'm getting ready for Saudi Arabia wrestling.
Monday Night Star.
S.A. Dub. S.A. Dub.
Why is Bruce holding a thing of poop?
Wouldn't that be awful on the first Saudi Arabian wrestling? They just like cut up Bill after.
Oh my god.
boil them in a vat of acid.
And they shit on the women.
I thought Bruce was holding a Cody Rhodes action figure.
No, that he's buying Vince McMahon used sex toys there.
Oh.
You should Shop Zone sell like a Vince McMahon poop shirt?
Oh my god.
That'd be pretty awesome.
People would buy it.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna
maybe I should put something together like that.
He's gonna poop. Yeah.
Vince 420 shirt. I just pooped or something. Just pooped on her head. Vince
when are we going to get some
Vince
more
316 that says I just shit my pants?
When are we going to get some more Vince news? We need some more.
Did Triple H release specific wrestlers so they could go work for Vince's Saw promotion? That's possible.
Ooh, inside job,
bro.
It's like I'll send you Shanky and Veer.
No, Shanky. I think Shanky's still there.
Shanky's still employed, but Veer is not.
Shanky's not in WWE.
Is Shanky already gone?
Shanky has been gone for some time.
Oh. Gone but not forgotten.
They need to start a bloodline angle in TNA with Jinder and Veer and all these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jonathan Jackson, AEW, WWE, and TNA all have Black World Champions at present. Who is your favorite and why? Is it Cody Rhodes?
Fuck Cody Rhodes. Who asked that? Was that Lexar?
No, it's Jonathan Jackson!
Jonathan Jackson. He wants to ask his little questions, but then he never calls into the show.
I know.
And it's just like,
he's never on here.
What the hell? I don't get it. And then he wants to drop a Cody Rhodes question in there.
Hey, can't trust that John. He won some headies. Then he's like, I'm hitting the bricks now, taking my headies and going home. Probably waiting to make his comeback so he can win comeback of the year at next year's headies.
I think even Ryback would agree that he's disloyal.
Someone should feed me that jobber.
Damn, yeah. I'd like to see Ryback take Jonathan Jackson down a peg. But I mean, he's my boy, though, Jackson. I like it. He's a good man. Good man. What's worse in wrestling? Kayfabe injury or kayfabe pregnancy?
Oh, my God.
That's the real pregnancy. Ruby Soho and
yeah.
Not
Matt. Yeah,
Matt.
that's not kayfabe. That's legit.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
Like, who faked a pregnancy?
Mae Young.
Remember, they even had the one woman had like a miscarriage when they knocked her off the ring apron.
Who was that?
That was wasn't it Marlena?
Was it Marlena?
Someone in the WWF in the 90s.
Huh. Well, that's a shame. I never heard that story.
It was fake, but they made it.
Oh! I was like, this is horrifying.
There was a thing that Cornette used to always yell at Russo about.
Oh.
It wasn't a shit angle. Come on. Jackson, what's your favorite cream pie? Yeah. Yeah, Geraldine. Boom.
What?
Whoa. I was like, is she here? Like, did she call in? Like, no.
Are you remembering something, Jack? No, something you want to tell us?
It's like, where's she at?
That was really strange.
I like raspberry zingers. Those are my favorite cream pie.
I like the old school Ninja Turtles cream pies.
You ever cream pie a Ninja Turtle?
The green ones, you remember those? They're made by like Hostess, I think.
I think I probably ate one, but those probably were not good for you.
Cream pies? Dave Deadman, Kayfabe Pregnancy is a great band name.
Sorry.
Terry Runnels was the one who had the miscarriage angle.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
it.
And
That's
Dustin
what I
was her
said,
husband.
Marlena. I just, I had the other name.
Wasn't it when Dustin was like babyface and like straight clean? No, it was different.
I don't think they were. I can't remember, but I just know it sucked.
Around meat.
WC. Sorry.
What?
But it's around meat. Remember
Meat.
meat?
Oh, yeah, true.
Andrew's
You're right.
a big meat fan.
Sean Stasiak.
And PMS, Pretty Mean Sisters.
Planet Stasiak.
Jeez, I'm surprised like Nikhil hasn't asked us.
Yeah, what was your favorite memories of Pretty Mean Sisters? Dobbs Dean Maya, what's more satisfying, drinking water after feeling very thirsty or eating after feeling very hungry?
Wow.
I would say eating after being really hungry. Wouldn't you?
I say feed me more.
Yeah, Ryback wants to get fed more.
I was watching a Buddhist thing and they were talking about desire. And they were like, when you lust for a drink of water, but when you have it, it is not your desire anymore. And like, that's what that question reminded me.
Lusting for water. And he also said real G's move in silence like lasagna.
What?
I don't know. Like the silent G in lasagna. I guess.
Oh.
Brian Matthew.
No, I'll pronounce the G.
You say lasagna?
Lasagna.
I do that.
Give me some lasagna. And they're like, what'd you say?
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm a real Italian. I'm at the Olive Garden. What are you talking about?
Brian Matthew Clutter wants to know what's more satisfying, peeing after having to pee really bad or pooping after having to poop really bad.
I'd say
pee.
Yeah, I think the pee is really. I like the pee.
Although, let me tell you, you've had to poop really bad and had to hold it in for a couple hours.
That's probably.
Man, I've been watching a lot of GIFs online, just like short video.
GIFs? Yeah.
And there's GIFs of people shitting.
What the fuck?
Like in aisles of grocery stores and like
bookmarks.
Oh, don't
no, I'm afraid to put them into videos because I think I'll get banned.
Bigfoot shitting on the middle of the road. He was just like, look at this, Richard.
How often have you seen Bigfoot taking a dump? You like, yeah, I've seen that before.
Is that like the Peterson footage? Like they're like, look, it's a Bigfoot sighting.
That was in this dumbass movie I went to see this weekend, Sasquatch Sunset. God, that movie is fucking horrible.
Vince would love it.
There was the Bigfoots were getting it on, and then they were shitting and pissing, and it was just this gross out shit movie. I heard it's great if you're a stoner. I guess you just get stoned and watch Bigfoot walking around.
Fuck yeah, Bigfoot, man.
Tony Obasta wants to know, would you rather sleep with somebody with violent vomit-inducing BO or watch a video of your grandparents feeding each other Jell-O? I'd probably rather watch your Jell-O.
Yeah. What's so bad about Jell-O?
Yeah, Jell-O's all right.
Yeah.
Grandma eating it without teeth in. Sorry.
I like lime.
Like ironically feeding each other.
Yeah, they're just sitting there eating some Jell-O.
You ever fed your grandparents Jell-O?
Seductively feeding them Jell-O?
Yeah. Now we're talking.
I'd eat everything. They don't get anything.
Shaped like a boob.
Rumor has it Vince's plan was to have the bloodline end in one big giant incest angle. Would this have intrigued you?
Okay.
Yes.
Like, why?
They'll just start banging the wise man.
Yeah.
I never liked him, so I was like, cool. Paul Heyman's the only interesting part of the group to me.
Did they I think maybe they saw the DeBone script and just rewrote it for the bloodline.
The Uso brothers get into a match and just start like making out and rubbing cocks.
They don't even show that on porn because they're related.
Dang.
Whoa.
That's strange.
Allegedly, I've heard.
Interesting. Get you the good links.
When Tamina Snuka walks in, that's just a tag team on Tamina.
Which celebrity would you rather see as a pro wrestler? The late painter Bob Ross or Chef Robert Irvine? I think Robert Irvine would make a better wrestler.
He probably would make a better, and he's married to Gail Camp. So,
But
but
Bob Ross is
happy
very-
little pile driver.
put a nice little pile driver here.
And Mikey B wants to know, do you prefer Hostess or Little Debbie's?
Little Debbie.
I like all of them.
What's Hostess like top ones, and what's Little Debbie's like?
Twinkies, oatmeal cream pies.
Is Little Debbie is oatmeal cream pie. Hostess is Twinkie. Zinger is Hostess. Like Cosmic Brownie is Little Debbie.
Man, you guys really know all this stuff.
I get stoned a lot.
Oh yeah, Twinkies, Suzy Q's, Ding Dongs are all Hostess.
Right back. Love the ding dongs.
Swiss cake rolls are Little Debbie's. Zebra cakes are Little Debbie's. Those little Christmas trees are Little Debbie's.
Nutty Buddies, Devil
Those are-
Dogs.
I'm probably more of a Hostess
Yeah.
person than
the
I like
Swiss
the
roll.
Twinkie. All right.
Hostess are like more high quality.
I don't need any of this stuff.
Remember the dude that sent us some tasty cakes back in the day?
Yeah. I actually see them at the store now. We used to never have them here.
Yeah.
Who was it? I forget his name. He's out there though, I think. J Robinson.
Yeah. What a good man sending me
I
pictures.
know,
Yeah.
right?
He was, but now he's dead to me because he ain't sent a shit in years. That's like 15 years ago. That's how I roll.
Just think about the good times, Jackie Jones.
I'm all about the now and here. He can redeem himself if he starts sending me stuff.
Would you even eat them now, though? You're probably like, I gotta go on my walk. Can't eat these.
Vegetables in the mail.
Mhm.
Like-
some broccoli.
Hell yeah.
Would
Open
you
the
like it if
box,
somebody
smells
sent
like
you
farts.
a
Sorry.
box of broccoli?
I like broccoli.
I like broccoli too.
There's
I like
not,
You get
Brussels
FedEx stuff straight from the company to people.
there's
like-
not too much food I will not eat. I don't like innards. I don't like liver and hearts and stuff.
Like a lot of people dog Brussels sprouts, but I like Brussels.
I'm a big
sprouts.
fan. I eat a lot of Brussels sprouts.
Like
I like them roasted.
yeah, roasted. They're good. I like them. I like them anyway. You like lima beans?
Yeah, I always thought I'm like the only person who likes lima beans and Brussels sprouts.
I can eat them, but I'm not crazy about lima.
I put them in
beans.
my soup.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
eat
they're
them by
good.
itself.
Yeah, it's not too much I can think of really. I used to not like a lot of stuff, but when I changed my diet, I actually end up liking almost everything. But like I didn't like onions and mushrooms, and then about 5 years ago when I changed my diet, I eat them pretty much every day now. I put onions in everything.
Yep.
Dave Deadman's a fan of this because he likes Brussels. Because Dave Deadman's a vegan, if you didn't know.
No.
Nice. I've been thinking about not eating as much meat. Sorry.
I've been thinking
Put it
about
on the
not
table.
eating as many vegans.
What was that, Ludens?
I've been thinking about not eating as many vegans.
Damn. You gotta watch out, Dave. He's gonna cannibalize the dead man. You know what? That would be interesting.
Don't
To ask
spoil
a
my
cannibal what tastes better, a vegan or a meat eater. I wonder if they taste different if you like to grill them up.
Free range.
Yeah, free range, grass fed Dave Deadman.
And what if they said, I just put ketchup on this shit? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That would be Incher if he was. You ever think about becoming a cannibal, Incher?
No.
What if all the food went away and that's all that? Oh God! Now I sound like Jack. Sorry.
Good. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm. Survival of the fittest.
Mm-hmm. Would make a great script. That's right. We're in pre-production now for my next movie, Arbor Day. And Once the Future Smash and End Zone 2 will be coming out in May. Not very much. That's not very far from now.
No.
All right, Inch Baby, Inch Daddy. Actually got 2 more people involved in for people who saw Once the Future Smash at the festival run. The final cut on Blu-ray will be a little different. We just added Jennifer Rubin from Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, and Helene Udy from the original My Bloody Valentine. So that's right.
Excellent.
All right, Inch Baby. Anything else in your mind in the world? I do have to get up early tomorrow. I can't stay up all night.
In your head all night. Right. Hello. Anybody?
Yeah.
I can take a hatchet to the head. I'm so fucking powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And these are razor sharp titanium steel. Handcrafted by Pepe Potit.
It's pretty awesome. No, I don't have anything else on my mind, but I think we had a fun show.
I enjoyed it.
Got a Raw report after so long. I was forgetting what they were like.
Yeah. It's like, what happened? I was like, man, they must have canceled Raw.
Mm-hmm. We haven't been getting any reports. Must have went to Netflix already.
Hell yeah. All right. So for anyone who missed the surprise, what do you think? One more time?
One more time.
One more time from Jam and Johnny Hayes. Let's get it playing here.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. This is for Jackie Jones, the honest man in podcasting. This is for the power of goats. And most important, ooh, this is for the heady verse. Oh, yeah. Ooh, my story. This here is my story. Ooh, bound for glory. When I hear kind of hoary, bound for glory. Shout to William Morey, bound for glory. Oh, God. Bound for glory. Bound for glory. Oh, here we go. This glory. No need to worry. We're bound for glory. Shout to William Morey, bound for glory. Funk brothers Terry and Dory, they were bound for glory. But this here is my story, 'cause I am bound for glory. Those matches, they sure got gory, but they were all bound for glory. Bound for glory, bound for glory.
Damn, hell yeah! People thought, and rightfully so, that my vocals can't be beat. My, lyrics can never be topped. And they still haven't. But that is right up there with my original Bound for Glory, I have to say.
Excellent.
Big round of applause to Jam and Johnny Hayes for the Bound for Glory remix.
Mm-hmm.
So look in the coming weeks for some new tunes. You can, in the meantime, you could Venmo Headyverse $20, and Jam and Johnny Hayes says he'll put together a track for a Headyverse subject. Someone, maybe a Jimmy Jam tune or whatever you want. And he'll work on it, put the lyrics together. He'll write the music. Prolific musician out there. Now, he won't do that for anybody, just for the Headyverse members.
Just for Headyverse members.
Mm-hmm. So if you're, some shitbag out there trying to get a tune made for $20, forget that. But he's jamming Johnny Hayes. He said if it's to help out the Headyverse, we're gonna do it up. Boom. All right. So we're gonna get out of here, Incher.
See you guys next week.
Played Duckman to open the show. Always a big thanks to Duckman for putting together the original In Your Head tune. And now to close out the show is Ron Hex with our original theme song. Andre was big. Yeah.
Andre the Giant. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink. And a fight. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink. And a fight. Andre the Giant. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre was great. He was not bad. A great big heart and a great big man. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink. And a fight. Andre the Giant.
From Grenoble, France.
Booyah! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Love you all. Good night from Davey Deadman. Ha! Booyah! Kasa!